4 attacks, needing 2s to hit.
Wow.
That is caught on camera, people. That's a quadruple 1. No damage whatsoever. Welcome to episode 7 on the JB Wargamer 87 Warhammer 40K Battle Report series of 9th edition. It is 2000 points, retrieval mission, matched play, narrative themed, and it is the Ultramarines versus the Necrons. It is the fall of Damnos, keeping it to the theme and to the narrative. It is a very, very blusterous, windy day in this particular sector of the Imperium of Man. Snow, deep snow, covers this planet of Damnos, where the Ultramarines will face off against the Necrons. As part of the mission, as you can see, there's fuel dumps, ammunition crates, canisters, containers, and ruined buildings, and there's a whole load of supplies that the Ultramarines must secure to relieve the forces that are evacuating Damnos. So the second company has been sent to this sector to hold it at all costs, to save as many lives as possible from the threat of the Xenos, the Necrons. Right, this is 2,000 points of the firstborn of the Ultramarines. The classic Ultramarines are back. So it's a full demi-company, pretty much. There's only a couple of units that I couldn't fulfill for the Demi Company, but basically the essential units have been fulfilled. So, starting off with the Warlord himself, Cato Sicarius. Now, his Warlord trait is Adept to the Codex, so whenever I spend a command point once per battle round on a 5+, he'll retrieve and receive that command point back to his pool. So keeping it to the narrative, so Cato is the Warlord, so he is in command of this force, as you can see here. And then second in command, we have Marcus Fraze. Now his equipment, he is a lieutenant representing in this particular mission. He has got a Combi Melter and an Astartes chainsword as his war gear. And I've spent a command point to give him the Storm of Fire Warlord trait. So he's a hero of the chapter, so that unlocks that trait. So he grants for units within 6 inches of his Aurora on wound rolls of 6, grants an additional AP -1. So that there is really handy to have. And then we have a Librarian. Now I've given him the relic of the chapter, which is the Tome of Malcador, giving him an additional psychic power. And Dean Layton is representing this character here today. He has Smite, Veil of Time, Might of Heroes, and of course for the extra relic point, spending a command point, he has also got Psychic Scourge. So I thought I'd try that out for this squad here. And then we have the Command HQ. We have an Apothecary equipped with a Astartes chainsword. We have another patron, Darren Gardner, and he's representing the Space Marine Ancient, and he's literally got a chainsword and bolt pistol. And then we've also got a company champion equipped with a mastercrafted power sword and a combat shield and bolt pistol. And then we have company veterans. We have a sergeant equipped with a combi bolt gun. And then we've also got another company veteran. He has got a plasma gun. And then we have the classic Dreadnought equipped with an assault cannon and an underslung Storm Bolter, and a close combat weapon for the Dreadnought as well. And then we have an assault squad, and then one of the assault marines is actually a patron. Is actually our guest for today, Phil Marshell. He has just literally joined the Patreon page. He is going to be representing this particular battle brother in our future games. So literally had to customize a name tag quickly for your viewing pleasure. So thank you very much, Phil, for your support. And this squad, the sergeant, he is equipped with a plasma pistol and combat shield and a power fist. There's another battle brother equipped with a flamer, and another battle brother equipped with a plasma pistol, and the rest are equipped with Astartes chainswords and bolt pistols. And then we have a tactical squad. These are in combat squads, so all of these except for the Devastator squads, they are in combat squads, just to let you know. So for this tactical squad, the weapons are randomized to keep it to the narrative. So the sergeant is equipped with a bolt gun, and then we have another battle brother, specialist battle brother equipped with a melter gun, and then we have another Space Marine battle brother equipped with a heavy bolter, and then of course we have a dedicated transport for this tactical squad, which is a Rhino. That's tactical squad number 4. And then for tactical squad number 5, we have a Rhino again, exactly the same combination, exactly the same here, except the sergeant is equipped with a Astartes chainsaw and bolt pistol, and then we have a Space Marine specialist battle brother equipped with a flamer, and another Space Marine equipped with a missile launcher. And then that's for tactical squad number 5, and this is tactical squad number 6. The sergeant is equipped with a combi grav, and then we have another battle brother, specialist battle brother equipped with a plasma gun, and then we have a multi-melter for over here, and then we have a Rhino as well. And then for the Devastator squad, I've got the sergeant is equipped with a combi plasma, and then all the other Marines are equipped with one heavy bolter, one plasma cannon, one las cannon, and one missile launcher, and the rest are equipped with bolt guns. So that there is the 2,000 points. It's 2,000 points on the nose, exactly. So this is the force that has been sent to this sector to evacuate the civilians of Damnos. So, courage and honour. We march for Macragge, and we shall know no fear. So that's the battle cry, that is the chant. Thank you to the patrons that are supporting me. And then for this Ultramarines battle, we're going to go straight on to Phil's Necrons list. Right, this is the Necron force that has been sent to this sector. 2,000 points. Is it on the nose?
Okay, yeah.
It is exactly on the nose. This is quite a powerful list, because there is a very, very unique character. The Nightbringer is present in this sector. And how many points is he?
370.
170 points. So that's a very, very expensive model. But we wanted to try it out because it's a classic model. It was the first, I remember that being the original Necron model. So it's a classic. So legendary units are allowed in our games of 40k, keeping it to the narrative, keeping it to the classic as well as the present. So Phil is going to take us through what he's got in this list. So take it away.
Okay, so yeah, it's 2,000 points battalion detachment. It's the custom dynasty called the Tirek dynasty.
Yep.
It's got healthy paranoia, so my range weapons are plus 3 inches, except for pistols. And it's got superior artisans. Each time a unit makes is selected to shoot or fight, I can re-roll one wound roll when making that unit's attacks. The first is the Cadaboom Command Barge over there.
Yep.
That's the Warlord. Again, hasn't got a name yet, so we're still looking for a name for that Warlord.
Leave a comment below. Give him a good narrative name, people.
He's got the Gauss Cannon. He's got a Resurrection Orb. He's got Hand of the Fair on for 2 command points, so he can do his My Will Be Done to 2 different units. His Warlord trait is Enduring Will. So that is, if each time an attack is allocated to him, we subtract 1 from the damage characteristic of the attack to a minimum of 1.
Nice.
And he has the War Scythe for his melee weapon.
Dude, he's a beast.
Second HQ choice is down here, Illuminar Ceres.
Yep.
The standard Ceres, nothing else, no extra relics or anything, just standard Illuminor. And then third HQ choice is the Overlord. Again, he needs a name.
Give him a name, people. Give him a name.
He has the Void Scythe. He hasn't got the Tachyon Arrow, he's got the Void Scythe. So I paid the points for that to make him a bit more powerful in close combat. Because last game he was a bit weak.
Yeah.
He has a relic, the Veil of Darkness. So you can take him and a unit, core unit, he can take and move it across the board. Okay, and that's the 3 HQs.
That's the 3 HQs, yeah. So what does the Nightbreed? Does he count as a Lord of War?
He's an elite.
Elite. Oh, he's elite choice. Oh, okay.
So troops wise, first of all, we've got in the middle there, we've got 10 Immortals.
Yeah.
With Gauss blasters. And then we've got 2 units of 20 Necron warriors. One of them we've got 10 Gauss flayers and 10 Gauss reapers.
Yeah, that's this unit, I'm presuming.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then this one's got 15 Gauss flayers and 5 Gauss reapers.
Yeah.
I'm still painting up some more of those.
And those are the new Necron models as well.
They're all new, they're all brand new.
And the good thing about Necrons is that you can blend the old with the new. So it's keeping it to the narrative there. So that's brilliant. Excellent. So what else do you have?
True. So then we've got the elite choice.
Yep.
The Catan Shard of the Nightbringer.
The Catan Shard of the Nightbringer.
370 points.
Yep.
He knows the two powers. Obviously he knows his own, the Gaze of Death.
Yep.
And I've chosen Antimatter Meteor as his other one that he knows. But there is a stratagem which means you can choose from a random pile of the other ones if you need to.
Yeah.
He's got a page full of different
we'll go through
abilities, but we'll do it in the game.
Yeah.
Then my other elite choices over the back there, a team of 6 Scorpic Destroyers.
Yeah.
2 have got the Reap Blade, Hyperphase Reap Blade, and 4 have got Hyperphase Threshers.
Yeah.
Couldn't spare the 15 points to get the Plasma Sight in with them, unfortunately. I was umming and ahhing whether to do it. In the end, I went for an extra base of Scarabs for the 15 points. So maybe put a comment if you think I should have had the little guy with him to improve those or not.
That's fine.
Then on fast attack next to them we have 9 Scarab bases.
Yep, those are the new Scarab bases.
All new, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
Standard.
Yep.
And lastly, but not least, is the Canoptic Doomstalker.
Oh.
Just one this time, can't afford 2 because of the Nightbringer.
Yeah.
So one of them is standing there, standard, no additional anything at all, so he's just normal.
Yes.
And that is a lot,
2,000 points. So there you go, that's the force that has been sent to fight against the Ultramarines. It's a very, very impressive collection. I'm presuming that you're painting more added to your collection. More
warriors to get to more of the flayers.
Yeah.
And looking at the other Catan Shard, I don't know, the big one.
Is it like the silvery, chromy one?
I don't know, I just love that model, so that's probably going to be in there.
So adding classic models with the new, I like your style. Kind of like the way I collect my miniatures as well. I like the old as well as the new. It's the same with the Imperial Guard as well. So that there is 2,000 points of Necrons, and I we cannot wait to fight this game here. And a special thank you to Phil, who literally went on and subscribed to the Patreon page. So he represents a Ultramarines battle brother, and he is going to be counting as an Assault Marine. So thank you, Phil, once again for your support.
No problem.
There. So what we're going to do now is we're going to explain about the scenario. So this mission is from the Grand Tournament Mission Pack. So we're going to go through the incursion missions as well as the strike force missions on the regular channel, and they'll go through the narrative missions and other missions on the Plus channel. So this mission here is the Retrieval Mission, Strike Force 2,000 points. So the mission briefing, so the battlefield is strewn with discarded equipment, supplies and other debris of war that for various reasons you wish to recover. You must reclaim as many of these vital objectives as you can without sustaining unacceptable casualties in the process. So the primary objectives, so victory points are awarded for controlling objective markers as follows. So take and hold, progressive objective. So several strategic locations have been identified in your Vinimacy. You're ordered to assault these positions and hold them at any cost. So at the end of each player's command phase, the players whose turn it is that scores 5 victory points for each of the following conditions they satisfy for a maximum of 15 victory points. Point 1, so control 1 or more objective markers. Point 2, they control 2 or more objective markers. And point 3, they control more objective markers than their opponent controls. This primary objective cannot be scored in the first battle round. Secondary objectives. In this mission, when the players are selecting their secondary objectives, they can, if they wish, choose for one of them to be a minimise losses. See below. Minimise losses. So we will both be using this secondary objective for the purposes of the mission. So it's an end game objective. So this is but one battle in a greater war. If we are to consolidate our gains and prosecute the longer war, you must ensure that the lives of your warriors are not carelessly thrown away. So at the start of the battle round, add up the number of units in your army. This is your army's strength. If a unit splits from 2 or more individual units during the battle, then immediately increase your army's strength according to example, if one unit in your army splits from these individual units, your army's strength is increased by 2. If your unit merges with another to form a combined unit during the battle, then decrease your army's strength accordingly. Example, if 2 units from your army merge to form 1 unit, you immediately decrease your army's strength by 1. At the end of the battle, add up how many units from your army are left on the battlefield, including all units embarked within transports, but excluding all units that have added to your army during the battle. If the total is 75% more of your army's strength, score 15 victory points. If the total is less than 75% but is 50% or more strength, is 10 points, and if the total is less than 50% but is 25% or more of your army strength, score 5 victory points. So that's the mission that we have to do, and this is the deployment map. So it is the Retrieval Mission, Strike Force Mission, Mission 11, 2,000 points. Okay, this is the map and the deployment, and all the objectives are marked out as well. So we're going to explain about terrain, objectives and deployment zone. So first of all, the deployment zone is literally looks like a hammer and anvil. So we've yet to roll off camera to see which end we will deploy. So that's the deployment zone here and there. And then for the objectives, we have one here that are pre-placed deployment objectives. So one here, an objective marker here. Now there's an objective marker behind that building there, and that ruin. There's an objective here, an objective here, and then finally, of course, to make it symmetrical, we have an objective here. Now, for the purposes of cover, these will be ruins. So these will be literally ruins here. And over here, all the rules for ruins, and we have containers, things like that. And also, what else do we have? We have those
fuel pipes.
Fuel pipes.
Obstacles and their defence line, light cover.
Yeah.
Defensible, unstable position, difficult ground.
Yeah. So that's the cover, and for the purposes of the mission. And then off camera, we are going to. Actually, we may as well roll it on camera to see who deploys first. So every dice roll is recorded on the channel. So that's a 5 and a 4. So I'm going to let the Necrons do their deployment one unit at a time, and then we're going to go into the next segment and see the units deployed. Just to remember also, we've also chosen our secondary objectives. I've chosen minimise losses, which we both have, which is purposes of the mission. So we choose one from the mission. And then both of us have got the new codex. So I've chose Codex Warfare, and for my core rulebook secondary objective, I've put First Strike. So I've done that as my choice, and Phil has chosen
Purge the Vermin from the codex.
Yeah.
So control of table quarters.
Yeah.
And while we stand, we fight 3 most expensive models to survive to the end of the battle.
Yeah, so those are our secondary objectives for the purposes of this grand tournament mission pack, and we've rolled off already. I'm going to go straight on to deployment. Okay, we're all deployed and ready for a battle. So the Ultramarines, I'll talk about their deployment first, and then we'll go over to the Necrons. So for the Ultramarines, the tactical Marines, to enhance their survivability, saves the troops getting shot at, I've put them in the Rhinos. So I've given the Rhinos a chance in this game. Even though they are the classic transport vehicle, the Rhino, it still has its purposes in 9th edition to simply protect the occupants inside. So the Rhinos are here, and I've put them outside of the train because it saves them being shot at. So that's what I've done there. The vehicle is obviously covering the screen for the Captain Cato Sikyris, and then of course the Lieutenant as well. The Lieutenant, of course, being Marcus Fraze. He is representing this model here. And then we have a company champion next to the Rhino. And then we have over here, I've put the Devastator squad on the top to give a good line of sight view onto all the other units there. And then the 5-man team down there as well. And then over here we have the Apothecary, just in case there's any Marines that have succumbed to fatal wounds. And then also we have Darren Gardner over here as well. That holds the 2nd Company banner, the Guardians of the Golden Temple. So that's the banner there. And then we have a Rhino, of course, another tactical squad in support of the Devastator squad. And then we have a classic Space Marine Dreadnought as well, just to give them some enhanced firepower. And then, yes, we have Dean Layton. So Dean Layton, the Librarian, to give them support as well to enhance the Devastator squad. And talking about reserves, as we go over here, we have the Assault Marines. They are coming in from reserve, and then all of these tactical Marines, they are in combat squads, and they are in the transports at the moment. So that's the deployment for the Ultramarines. We're going to go on to the Necrons now. This is the Necron deployment, Phil's Necron army. So Phil, what have you done, and what units are which?
So we've got 2 units of warriors, Necron warriors, on either flank, there and there, with the Immortals in the centre. Mm-hmm. All the HQs are gathered together in the centre so they can
the inner circle.
Buff them, buff all these guys between them.
Making the most of the Aurora.
Yeah. The Doomstalkers, now we've only got one of them, he's gone central to get the best view of the table that he can get.
Yeah.
Hopefully he can get some shots. Scarabs are over there in the ruins, ready to jump onto that objective.
Yeah.
Hiding in these ruins on a the name I always forget. The
No, we don't know the name. Get the codex out, quick! Please, the viewers,
I'll
quick!
remember them. I will remember them.
Hold on a second. We'll get the names. We'll get the names. Hold on. Keep it on camera. Keep it on rolling. Come on.
They are Scorpec Destroyers.
Scorpec Destroyers. So that's the name.
Hiding.
So eventually I'll get to know these names off by heart.
And then hiding over there at the back, at one side, is the Shard of the Nightbringer.
Oh.
Looking through the windows.
Looking through the windows. Brilliant stuff. So that's the Necron deployment. As you can see there, and of course, the foe, the Ultramarines, are on this side. So the notices for before we begin the battle, just like to make a few announcements. Thank you to the sponsors, Gammat.eu, the Magnet Baron, Siege Studios, and our new sponsor, GoblinGaming. So if you want to get any discounts or anything like that, if you click the links, it'll be greatly appreciated because it helps support my channel as well as Luke's channel. So you get some exclusive discounts from there. If you want to check out the merch store, I sell these objective markers over here. So if you do purchase the merchandise, you will get an autograph from me in writing, and for those that are patrons, they will have their signature in digital writing as well, on top as well. So that's for purchasing the merchandise, and it helps support the channel and to keep it going. The patrons that are on the Cadian faction, we have Maxfield Knuckles, and then we have new patron Thomas Matthews, and then we have Devin Matthews, Taylor Griselli, Zach Butler, and Charles Cranford. And then we have Luke Schringirl, George Whittle, Ray Cross, Winston Adkins. And then we have Patrick Darling, Drew Gomez, Marshall Cummings. And we have Rowan Douglas, Donald Hammer, and Connor Murdoch. And then we have Jesse Patton, Anthony Leach, and Harrison Leach, and a new patron, Ben Whitern. And then of course one of our sponsors, James Ortero from Siege Studios. So those are the patrons, and then of course we have the Ultramarine patrons as well. We have Marcus Fraze, Dean Lighton, and then Darren Gardner as well. And of course, Phil was pointing himself. Phil Marshall is now a new patron as well. It's the latest patron. So thank you very much, Phil, again for the support as well. I've yet to add it onto my patron list. So literally reading it out on my phone. So there you go. So that's all the notices for the game, and then we're going to start to roll the dice to see who goes first in this epic clash. Okay, that's all the notices. Battle is imminent. It is the Ultramarines versus the Necrons, and it is time to see who will seize the initiative. I have, of course, the Games Workshop Ultramarines dice, keeping it to the narrative, keeping it to the official merch that Games Workshop sell. So here we go. We want Ultra. And we get a 4. And that's a 3. So the Ultramarines, again, will go first. Now, every time I go first, I lose. And so far, I've lost every game. Spoiler alert. Lost every game on the channel so far in my battle reports. I am determined, despite the fact there is a super OP unit in the midst, I'm determined to bring the foes of the Emperor down. And will it be the Ultramarines that will destroy and reclaim victory and praise from the Emperor? So the Ultramarines will go first. It is Ultramarines Battle Round 1, Turn 1, Command Phase. Coming right up. Before we commence any further, Phil has got to do the command protocol at the beginning of the battle round. So he's gone for, which directive have we gone for?
Directive number 1.
Directive number 1, so each time attack is made against this unit, if it did not make a normal move, advance or fall back in this battle round, this unit receives the benefit of light cover, as described in the Warhammer 40,000 core rulebook. So that just gives them an extra protection for the purposes of saving throws. Right, the end of the movement phase, as you can see here, the rhinos are pushed forward and they have secured all 3 objectives. Now the aim is, for the plan will be to survive as much firepower as we can as possible, and enhancing the ability to make sure that they survive as best as they can. So I've deployed smoke, literally, even though it's done the shooting phase. I've done it so it reminds me to activate them on the shooting phase. So it's a -1 to hit with smoke launchers, but it's one use only. So I've done that there. I've done it for all 3 rhinos here. I've done exactly the same for the Dreadnought over here because of that beast of an anti-tank weapon. So instead of 3s hitting, it'll be hitting on 4s. So that's why I've done that there. And also the Devastator squad has stood still, and then the Apothecary has moved forward as well, just in case there's any casualties for units within 3. And then the banner there that is ready to enhance the troopers as well, the Space Marines, and if there's any casualties they may shoot back as well. And the Librarian may do some psychic powers to enhance the protection of the Devastator squad there. The company champion has pushed forward, as well as the lieutenant, as well as the captain of the Victrix Guard present, but this was the time when he was a captain of the second company. Cato Sicyrus has moved forward in support of this tactical squad here. And then we have the company veterans that have stood still, that are out of line of sight for the purposes of a tactical reserve if need be. There. So what we're going to do now, that's the end of the movement phase for the Ultramarines. We're going to go straight onto the psychic phase. Okay, starting off with the psychic phase, the Librarian, Dean Layton. He's going to cast Might of Heroes on the Devastator squad. So here we go, and that is a 9, which he needs a 6, and that's more than good enough to grant the Devastators Might of Heroes. So that has been applied there. So that's the end of the psychic phase for the Ultramarines, and we're going to go straight on to the shooting phase for the Ultramarines. So I'm going to play, I should have done this on the command phase, but Phil has kindly done this for me. So are you kind enough, Phil, to...
Definitely.
Yeah, you've done. Let's just double check and see. He's on camera. Definitely. It's all fine. It's all approved of. So I'm going to apply Wisdom of the Ancients onto the Dreadnought. So that will be quite handy there for the purposes of re-rolling hit rolls. 5+ I regain. I don't regain that command point. Okay, we've selected a target. Now I'm going to enhance the Signum onto the Lexicanum, giving it a +1 to hit roll. And I'm going to initiate the Devastator Doctrine now, which is now active on the first battle round. The Lascannon and the Missile Launcher is going to shoot at the Doomstalker. And then the Plasma may as well supercharge, because the reroll hit rolls of 1 for the purposes of the Wisdom of the Ancients from the Dreadnought, and that's going to be applied to the Heavy Bolter as well. They're going to shoot into the Immortals. And all the other weapons are out of range. So we'll start off with the Heavy Bolter into the Immortals. So needing 3s to hit because I stood still. And good job I played that stratagem. Rerolling ones. So they've all hit. So this is the Heavy Bolter. And it's strength 5, toughness 5 on an Immortal. Yeah, so 4s to wound. So that is 1 wound at AP -2. The purposes of Devastator Doctrine. So he's got a 3+ save, AP -2 becomes a 5. No, and that's damage 2. So they only got 1 wound, and that's an Immortal brought down from the Heavy Bolter. Next is the Plasma Cannon. It's D3 shots. I am declaring a supercharge. So that's 3 shots. So it's good shooting so far. Amount of firepower. Now needing 3s to hit and re-rolling those 1s, but any further ones, model is slain. They've all hit their target, and this is strength 8, toughness 5. So actually there wasn't really any need to supercharge, because it doesn't matter anyway. I survived mainly. So needing 3s to wound. Only 1 wound, so it's AP -4, so it slices through the armour, and that will kill another Immortal because of the Devastator Doctrine. Just to do some damage, potentially. It's probably not going to destroy the Immortals, so he has got reanimation protocols. It's just to do some dents. So one has reanimated and another one is gone. Now the Lexicanum, specialist battle brother, is going to shoot at the Doomstalker. Now I'm remembering these names now because I'm beginning to be more familiarised. So
I think he's got light cover because of the thing.
Yes, you do count as having light cover.
Okay.
Yeah, because of the protocol.
Yeah, I think it does.
So
it's within the aura. So
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to enhance the Signum on this. So it's 2s to hit and reroll on 1s because of Wisdom of the Ancients. So it's a 6, an excellent shot. And Strength 9, Toughness 6. I think I'll roll to wound. That's a 3. So that would be a wound unless his Toughness is equal.
No, it's
to
toughness 6.
Yeah, it's Toughness 6. So that's AP minus 4.
It's got an invulnerable save, this one.
Yeah.
4+.
Of a 4+ invulnerable save. So 50-50. And it makes it as well. What a shame. And then now the missile launcher is. I'm going to fire a crack shot here. So needing 3s to hit. And 2 is a miss. Do I spend a command point? I'm going to have to. Yeah, why not? So 5+ a regain that command point. No, I don't. So I take away a command point, and I need a 3 to hit. And that's a 5. That's a hit. Strength 8, Toughness 6. That's a wound. And that's AP minus 3 because of Devastator Doctrine. But it does count as in cover.
4 up invulnerable.
So 4 up invulnerable save. No, and this is D6 damage. So that's 5 damage onto the Walker. So how many wounds has he got remaining?
Yeah, there's 12 wounds.
12 wounds, it's down to 7. So there's only 7 wounds remaining. Ouch. Well, that was one of the quickest shooting phases ever. Just literally a few pop shots here. The good news is that we did do some damage on the Doomstalker over there. But that concludes the end of the turn for the Ultramarines on turn 1. There's no charges, no impactful events so far. The only damage pretty much is on that unit there, on the Doomstalker. So purposes of morale, do you have any morale? You lost 1 model there, but your leadership 10, so you're just going to ignore it there. So that's it. So the Ultramarines have done their first turn. The smoke launchers have been activated on the Rhinos, and it is now, let's hope that we survive as much firepower as we can from the Necrons. It is Necrons, battle round 1, turn 1. So this is the command phase for the Necrons. What have you done, Phil?
He's got the ability to do 2 My Will Be Done. He's done it onto the Immortals and to this squad.
Yep.
And this chap has done it to this squad. So
My Will Be Done.
They're all +1 to hit.
All +1 to hit rolls. Very, very handy. Maybe the smoke launchers were a waste of time. Oh no! Anything else, Phil?
Illuminor Xeris has rights of reanimation, and he's going to reanimate 1 model from the Immortals.
Oh, it was literally as easy as that. So all that firepower was wasted again for the Ultramarines. Not good. We forget living metal on the Doomstalker, bringing the wounds up from 7 to 8. That's the end of the command phase for the Necrons. We're going to go straight on to the movement phase on turn 1 for the Necrons. Okay, the end of the movement phase for the Necrons on turn 1. Phil's going to tell us what he's done with the Necrons. So take it away, Phil.
So over here we advanced the Scarabs. They've got a 3-inch advance, so it gave 13 inches in total. Mm-hmm. The Doomstalker ran as well. He advanced as well. He came out.
Oh, I see here. Someone.
He's gone to here. This squad of warriors just moved up 5.
Yeah.
Stayed there. The Overlord followed up behind them. Mm-hmm. The Necron Immortals, they moved up 5 in the middle.
Yeah.
And that squad of warriors moved up. The Scorpic Destroyers.
Yep.
They didn't advance. 2-inch advance wasn't really enough, but they just got behind the warriors. The Catacomb Command Barge moved up in support of the both squads. Mm-hmm. Illuminor Xeris has stayed where he was.
Yep.
And the Doomstalker stayed where it was.
Yeah, this is not bracketed, isn't it? the Doomstalker?
No.
Purposes of damage? No. So it's hitting on ballistic skill.
Stays the same.
So it's normally 3+ to hit, or is it 4?
3+.
3+ is to hit.
4s.
I think it's 4s. We'll double check that on camera. I think it's 4s to hit. Out of all things, the ballistic skill doesn't change, but the weapon skill does change. So it's not bracketed anyway for the purposes of weapon skill and movement. So ballistic skill 4+, which is quite interesting. But when it hits really well. So it's a devastating weapon nonetheless. Is that all the movement, Phil? Is there anything else? Okay, so that's the movement phase for the Necrons. Is there any Catan powers that have yet to
Yes,
pass
he's
on?
moved, so he can do one of his powers.
One of his powers.
The Antimatter Meteor.
The Antimatter Meteor. So that's coming right up. Okay, the Antimatter Meteor is being triggered. So what does it do, Phil?
Roll 1d6, and on the 3 and a 5, the closest enemy unit 24 inches away suffers 3 mortal wounds. So yeah, that would be that Rhino. 3 mortal wounds.
That is down to 7 wounds remaining, just like that, with the 4+ anti-meteor. Yeah. So that's the end of the movement phase, because that's the Catan powers are done on the end of the movement phase. So it just represents a fireball, just literally, well, not fireball, so it's just a meteor literally just crashing into that Rhino at supersonic speeds and 3 mortal wounds, just like that. Never mind the smoke screen, there's literally smoke coming out from that meteor and it's hit the Rhino really hard. So it looks like the smoke screen that's protecting this Rhino will probably have no effect with Solar Pulse. So units with this stratagem in your shooting phase, select one enemy unit until the end of the shooting phase. Sorry, the end of the phase. Each time a model in a Necrons unit from your army makes a ranged attack against the enemy unit, the target does not receive the benefits of cover against that attack. Now, am I going to counter stratagem that to protect the crew with my stratagem? I'm probably going to have to deploy a further smoke screen. So I'm going to play to counter this one as best I can. Smoke screen. And I roll 5+, I regain that command point. I don't, no. So that's a 4. So there's another CP gone for the Ultramarines. But it's a further -1 +1, then -1 +1 for the stratagems. Another stratagem has been deployed.
Stratagem on the Necron Immortals, disintegration capacitors.
Yeah.
Until the end of the phase, each time a model in that unit is selected to shoot with the Gauss weapon.
Yeah.
An unmodified hit roll of 6 automatically wounds the target.
Okay, ouch. So nasty, nasty stuff. So on 6s to hit is a wound automatically. So actually, just to clarify, my will be done is on this Necron warrior force here. So they're getting +1 to hit. Normally they're hitting on 3s, now on 2s. So what I've done in anticipation of shooting last turn is I activated smoke. And then I played a stratagem smoke screen to enhance even more protection to protect the Rhino. So they'll be hitting on 4s, but they'll negate cover though for successive wounds. So instead of 2s for the Rhino, it'll be 3s to save. Okay, the Doomstalker is going to shoot into the Rhino. It's going to be -1 to hit. So this is the amount of shots. So it's going to get 2 shots only. It's going to need 5s to hit because of the smoke screen. And that pays off. Do you want to spend a command point to hit the Rhino?
No.
No. Okay, so that's missed. So the Rhino has been protected thanks to the smoke screen. Okay, the Necron warriors are going to fire their Gauze flares. They're going to shoot into the Rhino. So there's +1 to hit because of the lie will be done. But a further -1 because of the smoke screen. So they'll be hitting on their regular ballistic skill, which is 3+, 15 shots in 3s. So that's 10 hits. Needing toughness 7, strength 4, needing 5 to wound. That's not too bad.
I reroll A1.
Reroll A1 because of his dynasty trait.
Yep.
So that there is 3 saves of AP -1, but he's firing through cover, which is +1 to the saving throws. And so it's a 3+ save for the Rhino. And I lose 1 wound, so it's down to 9 wounds. Now the Immortals are going to be shooting into the Rhinos. Now bearing in mind, any hit rolls of a 6 is an automatic wound thanks to the stratagem. So here we go. So there's 2 automatic wounds.
That's about it.
And looks like, literally, I need 2 more regular hits.
3.
3 regular hits. So the strength of the weapon is 5, and then toughness is 7. So you need to roll. No, that's 2 automatic wounds. So there's only 3 dice you roll. Yeah, that's it.
Not on top.
So not on top. No, it's not in addition. So it's just 2 saves. So stratagem is paid off, sort of. So AP minus is.
Oh, yeah.
AP minus
2.
AP minus 2. The Rhino is not fully in cover, so needing a 5 to save. No saves, so that is another 2 damage. Unless they're damage 2.
Damage 1.
They're damage 1, so the Rhino is down to 7 wounds. Luminar Xeris has got an Eldritch Lance. It's range 36, and again he's going to target the Rhino.
Assault D3.
Assault D3. So 2 shots, that's average. Ballistic skill
3+.
is 3+, but -1 for the smoke screen, so it's 4s to hit. So it's 1 hit, so the smoke does pay off. Is he going to spend a command reroll?
No,
not going to do a command reroll. So it's 1 hit, and this is strength.
It's strength 8.
Strength 8, toughness 7, so needing 3s to wound. And that is a wound.
AP minus 4.
AP minus 4 slices through the armour.
It's D6 damage.
And it's D6 damage. And the damage is 2.
I'm going to re-roll that.
He's going to command re-roll that. So he's going to spend a CP. And it goes up by 1. Okay, so it's down to 4 wounds remaining. That is a bracket on the Rhino, but damage has been taken on the Rhino. The Necron Lord here is going to shoot into the Rhino again. Okay, so what are you going to do then? So what's the stats of this weapon?
The Gauss Cannon from the Lord.
Yeah, it's heavy as well, heavy, so there's no minus because it's a vehicle. So -1 though for the smoke.
So hitting on 3s?
Hitting on 3s. And that's paid off slightly because they're normally hitting on 2s. Yeah. So that's 2 hits. Strength?
6.
So it's toughness 7, so I need 5s. No wounds. I need to reroll 1 because of Dynasty, and no, there's nothing there. No damage. The Necron Warriors here at range 27 because of the Dynasty trait. They're going to shoot into this Rhino here. So that's the dice roll to hit. So it's -4.
That one, isn't
hitting
it?
on 4s. Is my mill be done on them?
Yeah, it was.
So it's hitting on 3s. So 6 of hits, and strength is 4. Toughness 7. You get to reroll 1 of the dice because of Dynasty. So that's 3 wounds at AP minus 1. So the Rhino will survive.
Is that a wound?
No, it's toughness 7. So against strength 4. So this is AP minus 1 because of the Gauss Flare. And I saved 2, so only 1 wound has been taken on the Rhino. The Rhinos are doing their job. So it's just mentioned on off camera, there is a tactical error slightly for the Necrons. So tell us what's happened.
Luminar Xeris at the start of the battle round, he augmented the Immortals, but it came up as a +1 toughness.
+1 toughness. So we can do that anyway if you want to. Just to enhance that, just to make it fair. So we like to play our games fairly and as accurately as possible. We will probably make mistakes. So if we do make mistakes,
it lasts until the end of the battle. So yeah, it
lasts to the end of the battle. So actually, it does take effect. So if we do make any mistakes, do please leave in the comments below. We do take constructive criticism, and actually through YouTube comments, we learn a lot of rules criteria for the purposes of keeping the channel going by simply liking and commenting on the video. So that's the end of the shooting phase of the Necrons. The good news is for the Ultramarines, the Rhinos are doing their job by withstanding as much damage as possible. for the purposes of keeping the tactical marines alive. So we will be able to move and a charge as well, if we wanted to halt the Necron tide. So the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to go straight on to the end of the turn for the Necrons. I'm going to calculate any victory points that have been achieved for secondary objectives purposes. So secondary objective that has been achieved for the Necrons, the Purge, the Vermin, has been achieved. So he does secure 2 table quarters, so therefore it's 2 points per table quarter, which means the Necrons on 4 victory points to 0. So the Necrons are winning. They've gained those extra points at the end of turn 1, and now we're going to go on to. There's no morale, no casualties have been taken, so we're going to go straight on to a new battle round. It is battle round 2, turn 2. For the Ultramarines. Okay, for the Necrons, the command protocol is going to use Directive 1. So add 1 to the movement characteristic of models in this unit. So that's the Directive protocol for the Necrons. The Ultramarines have secured 10 victory points, praise the Emperor. Simply because we secure these 3 objectives here. The reason why we've got 10 is because we've got 2 or more victory objectives, but we don't have more objectives than the opponent. So it's 10 victory points for the Ultramarines. So that brings the score at the beginning of a new battle round, turn 2, that brings Ultramarines to 10 points to 4 for the Ultramarines. Right, the end of the movement phase for the Ultramarines has been completed. Now, tactically speaking, I've disembarked this transport here to do as much damage as I can. Now, I want to destroy units for the purposes of points. So points is what counts in narrative match play missions. So I'm going to try and destroy this unit. If I destroy this unit, I'll gain victory points. So that's the aim there. I've reversed the Rhino after I disembarked just in the corner there within 3 inches. The commander and the command retinue and the command squad and the veteran command squad in support of the company command have been support for this squad to do as much damage as possible over here. Now the tactical doctrine has been activated, so bolt guns at long range can still count as rapid firing. So I've disembarked a combat squad here, keeping a squad here inside the Rhino for the purposes of a tactical reserve. So to speak. It is desperate, but I think we could survive here. I want them to divert and concentrate their power over here. Now, bearing in mind, Space Marines now have 2 wounds, so the survivability, even of the firstborn, is a little bit better. So then over here, I've decided to keep the Rhino. I'm going to actually... Just excuse me, I'm going to move this Rhino and I'm going to put it so it's over here, just like that. So to ignore as much line of sight as I can, and I'm going to keep the guys inside because I don't want them to get shot to pieces, and I probably won't be advancing as well if it does blow up. So then over here the Devastator squad has stood still, the Apothecary has stood still as well, and then we have the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought has moved forward 6 inches, so therefore the Assault Cannon and Storm Bolter will start engaging against the Necron Warriors over here. Now, when it comes to the Assault Marines, I'm not bringing them down yet. I'm going to wait to see how much damage we can do on turn 2 for the against the Necrons, and see how much firepower is left they've got. So any reduced firepower, there'll be less firepower to contend with. So I'm going to keep the Assault Marines still in reserve, but then I've still got units in reserve technically inside the transport. So that's the end of the movement phase, and now we're going to go on to the psychic phase for the Ultramarines. Okay, I'm going to cast Might of Heroes on the Dreadnought. So it's a warp charge value of 6. That goes off on a 7. So the power does go off. I've got to do this in the command phase again. Feels very kindly allowed me to do Wisdom of the Ancients on the Dreadnought. So spending the command points on the 5+, I regain that stratagem, which I have. So I keep that command point, and Wisdom of the Ancients has been applied to the Dreadnought. Okay, that concludes the Psychic phase, and just a little bit of adjustment on the command phase for the Ultramarines on their turn 2. Now we're going to go straight on to the shooting phase. Yes, lots of bolt fire and weaponry to be done. Let's unleash the fury of the Emperor. Okay, this combat squad we're going to do first. Now we're going to fire all the bolt weapons. I have a plan here to try and do as much damage as we can. If we concentrate all the firepower into the warriors, then it may reduce their ability for the purposes of being effective in the game. So the multi-melter is going to fire at the Nightbringer. Now the Nightbringer can only take 3 wounds minimum for the purposes of each phase. So that's what I'm going to do with the multi-melter first, and the bolt weaponry is going to shoot into the warriors. The multi-melter needing its move, so it's -1 for infantry, but rerolling 1s to hit.
Do I get light cover? I've got fly keyword. I've got a 4-up invuln save.
It's got a 4-up invulnerable save. So
that's it.
We'll check the rules. It feels just saying just give it 3 wounds and let it be done. So a multi-melter is going to be shooting at the Nightbringer. Okay, it's not going to die because it's the minimum of 3 wounds can take. But the multi-melter did move, counts as a heavy weapon for infantry. So needing 4s, but rerolling 1s because I am within 6 of the captain. And I reroll that 1. And that's 2 hits, and this is strength 8. And your toughness 7. So 3s to wound, and rerolling 1s to wound because the influence of the lieutenant. So that's 1 wound at AP -4, but he's got a 4+ invulnerable save. 4+? No. Are you going to spend a command point? No. So that there is D6 damage, because not within half range. And that's 2. Now, I will spend a command point to re-roll the damage. 3. So that's perfect. Okay, so that's 3 damage on the Nightbringer. Now this is the bolt weaponry. This is firing into the warriors. And this is needing 3s to hit and re-rolling 1s. No 1s. So take away the 2. That's pretty accurate firepower, actually. That's another assault, actually. So that's 6 hits. Strength is 4, toughness 4. Rerolling 1s to wound. That doesn't generate anything. So that's 3 wounds at AP -1 because of the tactical doctrine has been in place now. So Phil rolls, how many saves?
1, that's a 5.
So that's a 5. So that's a 6 rather. So that's 2 warriors that have been brought down. Now you do your reanimation protocol.
Oh, they finished it.
Because they finished their firepower. So I'll tell you what, I'll take this off here. I'll put that down there. So, so the firepower has been negated from the reanimation protocols. A little bit of sly trickery here. So those 2 have died from the back, and then after they've died, they suddenly like re-emerge. So further forward. So technically, you're allowed to do that as rules is written. Rhino. With the assault weapon, yes, it's going to shoot into the warriors. So, not rerolling 1s. This is the Rhino over here that's shooting. So only 2 have hit. That's 2 wounds though. That's AP -1. So 1 is saved, then you get your reanimation protocol. And a warrior has been brought down. Finally, our warrior's gone. Rhino number 4, same target into the warriors. Needing 3s, rerolling 1s. Maximum firepower. 3 wounds, AP -1. That's 2, so there's 2 reanimation protocols because it's the end of the shooting for that particular unit. Another 2 warriors are brought down. So that's down to how many warriors you've got in that unit?
17 left.
17 warriors still remain. Lieutenant, he's going to fire just his bolt gun only. So he needs 2s to hit, so there's 2 hits. Strength 4. Rearm 1s because of his Aurora. No damage from the Lieutenant. Okay, now I think the Sergeant, he's going to shoot into them as well. Shall we supercharge? Yeah, we'll supercharge with the plasma gun. Now the bolt gun is not going to fire its combi weapon here, but it's going to shoot into the warriors because of rapid fire for tactical doctrine for Ultramarines. And then we have the plasma gun rapid firing, supercharging into the scarabs. So this is the plasma. They have 2 hits and 2s to wound. They've all wounded. That's AP minus 4.
I've got a 6 up save anyway.
They've only got 6 plus 6. That's 4 damage. So a base has literally destroyed.
Okay.
Bang.
Let me know when you finish.
Yeah, that's fine.
The combat squad.
And then the sergeant is going to fire his bolt gun.
Woohoo.
So that's 1 hit. 3 is not a wound. So that concludes all the shooting from that unit. 4, 5s and 6s for reanimation. No, so that scarab base has been destroyed. Kato Sakaitis is going to fire his plasma pistol. Now his plasma pistol always counts as supercharged, and any rolls of a 1, he never dies for his mastercrafted plasma pistol. So he needs 2s to hit, which he hits. He's strength 8 as well. And that is a wound, AP minus 3, so that's 2 damage. They've got 4 wounds a base, got 2 wounds remaining. Company champion is going to fire his bolt pistol. 2 is a miss. He's weapon skill 2+, ballistic skill 3+. Okay, the heavy bolter is going to fire it into these, but the bolt weaponry is going to shoot into them. Now, the reason why I've done it so the heavy bolter is shooting into them is it's 2 damage at a time. The heavy bolter into the scarabs. I reroll 1s to hit because of the captain. So that's 2 hits. Strength 5. That's reroll 1s to wound. So it's 1 wound, AP minus 1. So it's 2 damage. A base goes. So you roll your reanimation protocol 4 dice. A valiant attempt, but another base has been destroyed. Okay, the remaining battle brothers into the warriors this time. Captain's rapid firing because of the tactical doctrine for Ultramarines. And I reroll 1s. So take away the assault symbols. Strength 4, toughness 4. Take away the 3s. So that's 4 wounds at AP minus 1. Saved none. So that's the conclusion of that squad. So reanimation protocols. So 1 has been removed. Unlucky there. The melter gun. Now I'm going to double check this. Am I within half range? Am I within half range? No, not quite. But still, it's a melter gun. Can't complain. Needing a 3 to hit. I hit you. And it's strength 8. Toughness 3. So it's 2s. And that is a wound. And that's D6 damage. I can't command rerolls. Just 1 wound. So one of the scarab singulars has been melted away. The bolt guns into the warriors. So only 1 damage there, which is a bit of a shame. Still got 3 wounds remaining. But this is the bolt weaponry against the warriors. Reroll 1s. Take away the assault symbols. Nice. Strength 4. Reroll 1s because of Lieutenant. It's a shame. Oh, there's only 1 wound. So 1 save of 5+, and it's saved as well. No damage whatsoever on the Necron warriors. Okay, the Rhino over here is going to shoot into the warriors. Now it's damage bracketed, so it's going to be -1. So it's going to be hitting on 4s. So take away those 3. It's not good. And then strength 4, and that's a failure. That's an apothecary symbol. We want Ultramarine symbols. So that's the Rhino completed, and now we're going to go on to the Devastators. Okay, we've just calculated the ranges. Now the bolt guns, unfortunately, they're out of range. So so what I'm going to do is I'm going to split my fire slightly. So I'm going to fire the lance cannon and missile launcher into the... What's it called?
Doomstalker.
Doomstalker. I'm getting there with the names. So Doomstalker with the lance cannon and missile launcher, and I'm going to fire the plasma cannon and heavy bolter, which is range 36, into the scarabs. Now I want to kill these scarabs. I really want to kill them. So the heavy bolter first into the scarabs. Am I going to supercharge? Yes, I am, because Wisdom of the Ancients has been applied from the Dreadnought. So heavy bolter first. And I'm not going to use the Signum here. So the Signum is going to be applied to the las cannon. So heavy bolter. Rerolling 1s because of Wisdom of the Ancients. They've all hit. Strength 5, toughness 3. 3s to wound. No reroll 1s, unfortunately. And that's a 2 as well. That's an ugly failure from the heavy bolter. No damage whatsoever. So now the plasma cannon supercharging. Fires 3 shots. No 1s, but only 1 hit. Strength 8, and that's 2 damage. So you've got 1 wound remaining on that scarab there. What a shame. And that's the unit completed there. Can you shrug off any wounds?
Only when whole ones.
Only when whole ones models have gone. Okay, fair enough. So next is the las cannon. It's going to shoot into the Doomstalker. So I will apply the Signum on here, granting a +1 ballistic skill from the Sergeant. So needing 2s to hit, and I hit. I've already used a command point reroll. So it's 3s to wound. Don't get a 1 or a 2, that's a 4. That's AP -3, so you've got a 4+ invulnerable save, which he doesn't. And this is D6 damage. D6 damage. 1! Oh no, it's not going to be enough to bring it down, so it's down to 7 wounds remaining. Now the missile launcher. It hits, okay. Now it is 3s to wound, because it's strength 8, the caliber of the weapon. And that's a 5. That's down to 2 there, I knocked it over. Actually, that was on 3 wounds, wasn't it? It's down to 1, yeah, because of the plasma hit. Let's put that there. So that's wounded. So that's AP -2, because it's a missile launcher. And that's past its save. So there's no damage whatsoever from the Devastators. How disappointing.
Well, yeah, they got 1 damage.
Oh, well, yes, beg your pardon. They got 1 damage from the las cannon at least, but you just shrug it off with the living metal. Excuse me, did you just insult?
This guy's got plasma.
Did you just insult the Ultramarines? You're supposed to be an Ultramarines patron. You should know better. He's not even turned up, so he can mock however he likes. Yeah, the plasma combi is out of range, it's 24 inches. Right. So the next unit to fight is the Dreadnought. So the Dreadnought is going to be firing into the warriors. So if you want to be a Dreadnought, become a patron supporter. I think it's tier 7. You get to unlock the Dreadnought. So needing 3s to hit, because it's heavy. Okay, it's all but 1, so that's 5 hits. Strength 6, toughness 4. They're all wounded, and that's AP -1. So 5 saves of you in cover. I think you are. I'll give you a +1 cover. So forced to save. So that's 1 has been brought down. So a Necron Warrior has been brought down, and I've got to do Storm Bolter fire as well. So if I do this, needing 3s, they've all hit. It's accurate firepower, but it's the damage. Forced to wound. So that is only 1 wound on there. And Phil's going to roll his armor save, which goes through. That's AP -1 as well, because it's an assault weapon. So that's the unit completed there, and then he gets his reanimation protocols. And they don't get back up, so that's 2 Necron Warriors destroyed. Right, I think we're not going to charge here because that's 4 wounds each, and I don't think these guys will do enough damage to kill them.
Right.
So we're going to hold this position here behind the pipeline and just brace ourselves against the Nightbringer. So it may be a little bit harder for him to charge for the purposes of distance. So that concludes the turn for the Ultramarines. So morale, these guys have taken 3 casualties.
4.
4 casualties. So that's 4. So their leadership is 10. So that's 4 onto there. So leadership at 10 and 2, they should be fine. Yeah, so their leadership 10. And next
They
unit,
lost 2.
they lost 2. 5, 7, they're fine. Leadership 10. And I think the Scarabs, yes, their leadership is, we'll check that off camera. They're actually leadership 10 as well.
They lost 2, didn't they?
They lost 2, yeah, so they're all a 2. So morale holds for the Necrons. Morale is good, and damage has been sustained as well. No assaults, no charges. So we're going to calculate secondary objective points. That concludes turn 2. There's no secondary objectives achieved on turn 2 for the Ultramarines at the conclusion of this turn. And now we're going to go on to a new turn for the Xenos Necrons. The Necrons, turn 2.
Roll D3 dice to restore to that unit.
So this is on the command phase. So basically, what you
Illuminos Eris using his rights of reanimation.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So D3 to restore these guys. So 2 come
Two
back.
have come back. So it's exactly the same as last turn. So My Will Be Done has been applied to the Necron Warriors as well as the Immortals. So enhancing their firepower here for the Xenos Necrons. So we're going to go on to the movement phase for the Necrons on turn 1. Oh dear me. The Nightbringer has got living metal. So it goes up to 7 wounds. So it goes up to 7 wounds. This beast is hard, and also this one here.
Scarab Swarms.
Go up to 8 wounds. For here.
Scarab Swarms.
Scarab Swarms have got it as well. Okay, so that goes up to 2 wounds remaining for this base squad. So living metal has been applied now at the beginning of the movement phase for the Necrons. The Necrons are on the move at the end of the movement phase. So Phil, tell us, what have you done?
So my command protocol is sudden stall, so I get +1 inch movement. So the Scorpic Destroyers have moved to here.
Yeah.
The Necron Warriors have moved slightly forward. They've just sort of shuffled forward, got in a better position, got round the other side. They're still near the objective. The Necron Immortals have just moved up. Normal movement, and the Catacomb Command Bar just joined them. The Competent Doomstalker stayed there, obviously not moving on this objective. Luminos Eris has moved across here. He's just about to do his mechanical augmentation onto the warrior squad in front.
And he rolls
4, which is their +1 toughness.
+1 toughness now. Okay. And how many victory points did you score at the beginning of the turn?
Calculate that now.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll calculate that now, and we'll rewind and see what happened. It was 10 victory points. That's pretty quick calculation because we're both equal on primary objectives. So it's 10 victory points added to the Necrons. So that brings the score now to 14-10 to the Necrons. The Necrons are in the lead. Any other movement, Phil?
So these warriors shuffled forward, keeping within the objective. The Overlord came round, supported them. It's going to stand by the objective as well.
Okay.
The Nightbringer moved forward, ready to attack over here, which at the end of the movement phase he will now do.
Oh dear. Is it the Meteor?
He's going to use the Powers of the Catan.
Powers of the Catan ability. Oh, here we go again. Okay, what's the power that you're going to unleash? He's just contemplating as to what he's going to do.
Let's have a look. First of all, he'll do Gaze of Death. So, enemy unit within 9 inches.
No! No. No.
So that's this unit. Is this all one unit?
No, that's a single unit because it's purposes of combat squads.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And this is a unit.
That is a unit as well. Yeah.
We'll do it on that unit.
Okay.
We roll.
Mm-hmm.
A D.
So is it a D?
I'm rolling 3D3.
3D3.
D6s, sorry.
3D6s, and any roll of a 4+ is 3 mortal wounds.
D3 mortal wounds.
Oh, D3 mortal wounds.
So that's onto that squad there.
Okay. So that's 1. Okay, so it's D3 mortal wounds.
D3.
2. So a whole Space Marine has been killed. Anti-meta meteor is going to be triggered. Here we go.
It's the closest enemy unit within 24 inches and visible to him.
Yep, so that's this squad here.
On a 3 to a 5, it's 3 mortal wounds. So 3 mortal wounds.
3 mortal wounds.
On the nearest squad.
So the nearest squad. So that is one of these Marines and another Marine has been taken down. Yep. Okay, anything else, Phil?
Playing a stratagem. Dimensional destabilization. At the end of the movement phase, when the Catan Shard has used the power, roll a d6, and then that model can immediately use the corresponding power from the powers of Catan, even if it has already been used.
Oh dear.
So 1 command point for it,
Yep.
and roll d6, and it's a 6, which is Transdimensional Thunderbolt, which is select one enemy unit within 24 inches and visible to the Catan Shard.
So
An enemy character with units wounds characteristics of 9 or less cannot be selected for this power while it is within 3 inches of another enemy unit.
Okay, so these guys are safe. Okay.
Okay. So we roll 1d6. On a 2+, that unit suffers d3 mortal wounds.
Okay.
So the one in front of us,
Yep.
which we've just done. Let's roll a dice. Yep.
Goes off.
D3 mortal wounds.
D3 mortal wounds. Just the one, so another battle brother has been removed.
We roll 1d6 for each other enemy unit within 3 inches of the selected unit. On a 4+, that unit suffers 1 mortal wound.
Okay. So, yeah, roll up. See what happens.
How many are within 3?
How many within 3 of the Catan?
Of the one that I shot at.
Oh. Now, it's actually a good job I removed that model. Because I don't think there's any that are within 3.
No, okay.
So that's it.
Okay, cool, done.
That's it.
Right. That's that done.
That's that done. Ouch. Not good. That's summary of the end of the movement phase. That is utterly devastating. The Necrons are very, very powerful faction now in 9th edition. So the Firstborn, they're having a tough time in this particular battle port. But courage and honour. We still have the Battle Brothers alive. And thankfully, the Firstborn are a lot tougher now than they used to be. Especially with Space Marines now. The standard ones have been 2 wounds apiece. So that's the end of the movement phase. We're going to go straight on to the shooting phase for the Necrons on turn 2. The Doomstalker has selected a target and he's going to target that Rhino. There. So D6 shots. 4 shots. There's no modifiers.
Hitting on 4 ups.
Hitting on 4 ups. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That's 4 hits, and the strength and caliber of the weapon is.
Yeah, on full bracket.
Full
so
bracket.
Strength 6. Oh, sorry. No, it's Strength 10.
Strength 10. So toughness 7, needing 3s to wound. Let's hope he gets 1s and 2s. And he gets to re-roll that dice because of his dynasty. And
It's AP minus 5.
AP minus 5.
D6 damage each.
D6 damage each against 10 wounds. So with 4d6, you need 10 or more. And which he just about gets 10 on the dot.
Yeah.
So roll to see if it explodes.
Do I roll that? Or
You do. Yes, you are the attacker. Oof. Almost. Almost. So I'm going to roll 10 dice and see how many guys disembark. That means they cannot charge or advance. Yeah.
That's good. You did nothing first.
I promise you, viewers, I promise you, I am trying my utmost to keep the reputation of the Firstborn going. That is the whole point of this channel, is to keep the classic units going. As in, like, just keep them alive, keep them competitive enough. But it is painful still. So any rolls of apothecary symbols are models slain. So 3 models have been slain as well. Ouch. Okay, Luminol Xerus. What's it called? The
Eldritch Lance.
Eldritch Lance is going to select a target. Who have you selected, Phil? It's taking a bit of time.
He's going to. I don't really know, but he's going to. It's quite an anti-tank weapon, so he's going to shoot the Rhino in there.
Okay. He's going to shoot the Rhino.
It's assault D3.
Assault D3. One
shot.
Okay, 1 shot.
That's fine. And it's 3+, so it'll be 4+ as you're in.
Yes, because it's ruins.
Okay.
That is a hit.
It's a hit.
Yeah. Okay.
It's strength 8.
Strength 8, toughness 7. Shooting a 3. Get +1 to my saving throws.
It's AP -4.
So I get a 6-up save because of cover, which I don't make. So the damage
D6.
is D6.
2.
2. So it's down to 4, which brings it to a damage bracket. Taking it from a different angle. The Necron Warriors have selected a target. So what are you going to do, Phil?
They're going to put all their shots into this squad here. The 3 guys.
So you're firing the Gauls flares first?
Actually, thinking about it, I probably can do with 2 different targets. I can split my fire.
Okay.
Gauls flares are going to go into them.
Yeah.
And the Gauls Reapers are going to go into this squad.
Okay, right, okay. Splitting this fire here.
There's 8 Gauls Reapers, Gauls Flayers into this squad.
Okay.
Hitting on, they're hitting on 2s, but you're in light cover.
It's only to increase my saving throw,
Okay,
that's it. So that's fine. I could actually spend a command point to do a bit of smoke screening. Do I add a smoke screen? Who am I going? Who are you going to target? So you're targeting now?
The long range weapons are shooting this squad.
Yeah. How many shots do we get for that one?
They're 8 shots into there.
Yeah.
And this lot shooting those 3, and they've got 20 shots.
I'm going to do the smoke screen on the 20 shots, just to try and keep them alive as long as possible. So I'm going to spend a command point. So 5+ a regain. I don't regain that command point. So I'll take the command point off camera, and then we're going to go straight on to shooting. Okay, this is 8 shots. This mine will be done, so it's 2s to hit. Yep. And the strength of the weapon.
This is strength 4.
Strength 4, yeah?
Yeah, strength 4 these ones, yeah.
Yep, strength 4. And reroll 1 dice. So that's 3 wounds. This is AP -1, but it is +1. Behind a barricade. Well, it counts as a premium pipeline, doesn't it? So 3s. 1. Is that hazardous terrain? Is that a mortal wound?
No, it's just a 1.
It's just a 1. Okay, so it's just 1 damage. So I've taken 2 wounds.
It's on these guys here.
Oh, it's on those guys.
Yes.
So is the AP minus?
Yeah, AP minus 1.
So I do take a whole Marine off. So a Marine has been slain. Now the rest of the shots, there's 20 shots, but there's -1. So it's going to be hitting on 3s with 20 dice into the squad. Lots of 1s and 2s. Okay. Alright. Now it is the strength of the weapon.
5.
Okay.
AP -2. We roll one of those.
We roll one of those. That's
a good recovery.
That's a good recovery.
Yeah.
So that looks as though it's 10 wounds again.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 wounds. So there's 10 dice. Oh dear, so that's a Marine, and a Marine, and another Marine. So that's 3 Marines that have been cut down. It's actually this unit here. They've been destroyed by the firepower of the Necrons. Okay, the Rhino has been selected as a target. It's pretty much the same firepower that's going to be unleashed into this poor transport. It's going to be horrible. So, okay, how many shots have you got, Phil?
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 shots.
8 shots.
Of the Gauss Reapers at strength 5.
Yep. Okay, he's declared all of his shooting into the Rhino.
Hitting on 2s because of my will be done.
My will be done.
Are you? You got cover?
Yeah, I've got cover. So
hitting on 3s?
Yeah, hitting on 3s. Yep. And it's not bad.
Strength 5.
Toughness 7. 5 to wound.
Ooh.
It's 2. And this is AP minus 2. 4 up save, so cover. No, so another 2 wounds go through.
2 wounds, yeah.
It's on its lowest bracket now, so it's on 2 wounds remaining, and I'm sure the Gauss Flares will finish off
Flares, they are shooting, rapid fire 1.
Yeah, they are within rapid fire range because of the dynasty trait. We get +3 inches for rapid firing. So Phil is just calculating how many dice he got. Do you want any more dice?
Oh, that's fine.
So let's see what he's got. He's just still calculating the amount of dice here. There's so many dice. I'll never, ever, ever allow you to borrow my Ultramarine dice. I mean, he's a Patreon, and already he's giving it large.
Hitting on 3s?
Yep. 3s. Okay. Okay, this is strength 4, toughness 7. 8 saves of AP minus 1, but +1 for being in cover. For the Emperor. Oh, you're joking. 2 have got through, and that is enough to destroy this Rhino. There's no there is occupants inside.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I think you blew up this one, didn't you? Yes. Okay. See what happens. And that's 2. Nothing happens. Just a correction. I took 2 of the Space Marines off that were there because they were supposed to be in that Rhino transport. As there was only 5. I rolled 10 dice from there, but Phil's allowed me to keep that result as it is. So over here, the Rhino has been destroyed. So I got to roll 10 dice. So any rolls of Apothecary, which actually works out exactly the same as it was. So that's good. So only 2 Battle Brothers have been slain. The rest have disembarked. That's the result. The poor Rhino has been wrecked. I had to move in a disembarkation. I lost 2 guys from one of the combat squads over there. So that's the firepower result from the warriors here. And it looks like there may be immortals firing into this squad here. The immortals are going to shoot at... Which combat squad are you going to go for? Front or back?
Oh, there are 2 different ones, aren't there?
Yeah.
The nearest one.
He's going to shoot at the nearest one to take them off that objective. So it's 20 shots. I didn't put the squad into cover because I didn't want to get into close combat against those guys over there because they will cut me to pieces. So I prefer to have the AP minus 2 as prefer to the AP minus 3, and of course they're still going to shoot as well. So even though I have a benefit of cover, that's why I took them out of cover over there. Immortals, 20 shots into the 3 remaining Marines from that former combat squad. Hitting on 2s because of thy will be done.
Oh, this one.
Okay. They've all hit. There's no minuses.
Strength 5.
There's only pluses. So strength 5, toughness 4, so you need 3. Okay, there's quite a few there. And re-rolling one of the dice. Okay, we'll calculate how many saving throws that is. 13. Unlucky for some, eh? 13 saves of AP -2, 5s and 6s. I think they're gone. So that's a Marine, yeah, Marine, they've gone. Yeah, the combat squad has been destroyed. Catacomb Command Barge is just checking the range.
27 inches, because my extra 3, yeah.
Because of the extra 3 inches, you can see the Dreadnought. Okay. Right.
Heavy 3.
Heavy 3. And there's no minuses for vehicles for moving the heavy weapons.
He's on 2s because he's very
2s because he is a lord.
Oh, he's missed it.
He's missed one of them.
I'm going to spend a command point.
He's going to spend a command point to re-roll. Right. Yep, so 3 of hit. And the strength of the weapon is 6. Toughness 7 on a Dreadnought. So 5 to wound. And nothing.
You can reroll 1.
You can reroll 1 because of Dynasty, but no damage whatsoever. The armour holds. Toughness of the Dreadnought. Said it's the end of the shooting phase. Thank the Emperor. That was really quite frightening there. So the Necrons, very, very powerful indeed. So any charges to declare?
Yes.
Loads of charges to declare. So Phil's going to calculate what he's going to charge, and we're going to see if I'm going to spend any command points to Overwatch. Okay, the Scarabs have selected a target, and they're going to charge this combat squad, as well as the veteran command squad over here. That is a 9, so they will make it into these 2 squads here. I've decided not to Overwatch over here. Okay, now we are going to spend 2 command points from the Ultramarines Strategic Ploy Stratagem. So it's 2 command points, so 5 plus to regain. I do regain 1 of the command points. As Cato Sicyrus has been selected as a target, it says here that I'm going to select another 3 friendly Ultramarine chapter units to fire Overwatch as well. So I've got Cato Sicyrus, of course, the main target. I have a lieutenant, and then we have the company champion as well. And then also I'm going to do it for this combat squad here, equipped with the multi-melter. So let's see how much damage we can do to the Sitar. So Sicyrus' plasma pistol, rerolling 1s, and of course it will supercharge, because I may as well, it will never die on supercharging. And I rolled 2, that's a miss. So the next one is the Combi Melter, so I may as well fire the bolt gun as well. Reroll 1s, so that's a miss. And then I've got the Melter, this is important. No, that's a 2. Next is the bolt gun. 6 shots with the bolt gun. Rewinding 1s. That's 2 hits with the bolt guns. Strength 4, toughness 7. Nothing. And now the multi-melter. 2 shots. Hitting 6s. Just need a 6. Please, please, for the love of the Emperor. Give me a 6! I'll reroll that 1. We have a lifeline. Oh, come on! No! Nothing. A valiant attempt just to get 3 wounds on the Sitar. But does the Sitar make the charge? He needs a 9.
No.
Are you going to spend a command? Yes,
yeah.
He's going to spend a command point to re-roll both the dice. Does he get a 9?
Oh, snake eyes.
Snake eyes. The Sitar has failed the charge, but we have sacrificed 2 command points for no damage whatsoever on the Sitar. I'm not going to spend a command point to Overwatch. The Immortals are going to charge. That's a 5, and he's spent the re-roll for match play purposes, and he's a 12-inch charge for over here.
We'll try it.
He's going to try with a double 6. Oh, 6 and a 1. So it's a failed charge there. for that Necron unit over there. So that's the end of the charge phase. We're going to go straight on to close combat phase, and it looks like the Scarabs are going to fight first. 2 bases into here, 8 attacks. Any hit rolls of a 6 is an automatic wound. So
4 up.
4
plus weapon skill.
4 plus weapon skill, okay. So 1 6, it's an automatic wound that replaces the hit roll. And now to wound, strength 3, so 5s. Okay, I need 2. I save both, there's no AP minus. And now it is 20 attacks with the other Scarab swarm, well, the same swarm, but into the other squad. So it's got 3 6s, so that's 3 automatic wounds. Got a few hits there. Now it's strength 3, toughness 4, because we're Space Marines.
Ooh, that's better.
3, so that's 6 saves. Not enough to kill me, because we've got 2 wounds each. So this is 3s to save, there's no AP minus. Ah! Triple 6 and a triple 1. So I lose a Marine, and a Marine is half wounded. Okay, the Space Marines are going to fight back. Do the company command squad first. So these two, they've actually got 7 attacks because the Sergeant's got a base of 3 attacks because he's a veteran Sergeant. And then the company veteran has got 3 attacks because he's got a base attack of 2. And being an Adeptus Astartes, he gets +1 on the charge and when being charged at. Needing 3s, rerolling 1s. Rerolling the 1s because of the captain. Made no difference. Strength 4, toughness 3. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. And that's 3 saves of 6+ on the Scarabs. Now, one of them has already taken 2 wounds. So you roll 4 dice for reanimation because it's a completely different unit. And that's a base destroyed. So this base has been removed. So that's that 1 casualty there. Now the Sergeant, regular Sergeant, has 3 attacks. And the classic Marines, they get 2 attacks each. Because of the Adeptus Astartes special rules. Needing 3s. Rerolling 1s, thankfully, because of the captain. Pito Sekairos. 1. Strength 4, toughness 3. They've all wounded. So that's another 5 saves of AP minus 1. So that's 3 wounds. So one has 1 wound remaining. Okay, it's the end of the melee phase. So now we're going to go on to morale. I'm going to do morale here. I should be alright. I get +1 for morale for being an Ultramarine. That's a 5. +1 is 4. And then +1 for casualties is 5. So they're fine. Leadership holds. And the Scarabs are going to be fine as well. So take away that 1. And that's it for morale. Phil's just rolled a 3 off camera. That's it. So now we're going to calculate secondary objective points. So we've calculated victory points. The Necrons scored another 4 victory points for having 2 points each table quarter. So he's got 4 victory points there for the Necrons. So that brings the total now to 18 points. 18 points to 10.
Yeah.
For the Necrons. The Necrons are in the lead again. So this concludes battle round 2 for both factions, and we're going to go on to another battle round. And it is battle round 3, turn 3 for the Sons of Guilliman, the Ultramarines. It is time to do a major counter-offensive, otherwise we will lose this fight at Demnos. Beginning of the new battle round for the Necrons, they're going to go for Directive 1. So each time a model in this unit makes a melee attack, an unmodified wound roll for 6, improve the armor penetration characteristic of that attack by 1. So that's been applied to the whole Necron force. New battle round, I've scored 10 victory points, again, just like the previous battle round, for securing the objective. So the score now is 20 points to 18 for the Ultramarines. The Ultramarines are in the lead. So it's the end of the movement phase on battle round 3, turn 3 for the Ultramarines. So Wisdom of the Ancients has been applied once again. Now I remembered this time to do it on the command phase. So the Dreadnought will be receiving reroll 1s to hit as well. And hopefully a little bit of synergy will be working with Dean Lighton, one of the patrons, who's representing a Librarian. And hopefully he's going to cast some shenanigans, psychic powers, to enhance the Dreadnought. And hopefully get it even better close combat potential against this threat here. Will the Dreadnought receive honour and glory to fight against this Xenos threat over here? Now, the next thing I've moved is I've pushed forward the tactical squad here, the combat squad here. Even though they can't charge, they can still shoot like normal. So that's good for them. The Devastator squad I've kept here. And the company banner I've kept as it is, just in case there's any casualties for the Devastators. So I've kept them there. So Darren Lighton is bringing the morale to his fellow comrades in this sector here. And then we have the combat squad that's pushed forward here, still securing this objective. The bolt guns are stood still, even though it didn't stay still, but they moved back still, because obviously for Ultramarines, when tactical doctrine is in play, even at long range, they still count as rapid firing. And then furthermore, I've pushed forward the Sergeant and the Specialist Battle Brother with the plasma gun, and they'll be in range of the Necron Warriors to deal as much damage as we can over here. I've pushed forward the other combat squad down from this rune here, and may even get a charge if I want to support over here. Cato Sicyrus, Captain of the Victrix Guard, and in this sector and this time period, 2nd Company Captain, is showing his example, and he's going to take on the Sitar. He's going to take him on, even though he can only do 3 wounds at a time because of the cheesiness that the rules has for this particular model. He doesn't care. He knows no fear. He is a true Space Marine, and he will show his example on how to fight the enemies. And guess what? Even though he ignores invulnerable saves, it doesn't matter. I still want to fight and take down this threat. So that's what he's going to do. I've kept the guys in close combat. I could have spent a command point to get them out of close combat and count them as normal for the purposes of Ultramarine stratagem magic. But I think with the close combat, we'll try and do our best there. The Lieutenant is a bit less than an inch away, and he's going to do a declared charge over there as well, and probably fire his melter weapon against the Satan, may bring some more damage there. And the other thing as well is the Rhino stood still, and the command squad is still in close combat as well. Now, what I've done here also at the end of the movement phase is I've moved the Assault Marines, one combat squad over here, and another combat squad over there. Now, this is to negate the table quarters points that Phil has been racking up for the Necrons. So, unless this unit is destroyed, and that unit there is destroyed, he won't get 2 points at the end of the turn for the Necrons. So, that's the movement for the Necrons. All the reserves are out, and let's get stuck in. So here we go. It is the Psychic phase for the Ultramarines. I'm going to cast Veil of Time on the Dreadnought. Dean Lighton. Do the power. Come on, Patreon, help me. And that's a peril, and I'm going to have to spend a command reroll. 5+ a regain this command point. No. Okay, now the reroll. Get it off. Please. Please. And that's an 8. It goes off. So Veil of Time goes off on the Dreadnought. Next, I am going to cast +1 strength. Now that's going to be strength 8. What's your toughness on?
What, on these?
On those, yeah.
Ooh.
Like, your toughness is 5.
5.
So if it's strength 7, sorry, if it's strength 6, it's strength 12. But then I'll get +1 attack as well. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do Might of Heroes. +1 strength and attacks and toughness. So I'm going to do that.
6.
Might of Heroes, warp charge 6. And that does not go off, and that's it. So I cannot do that psychic power, but at least Veil of Time has gone off, which is a bit of a shame. Could have been +1 attack, but he's still got Wisdom of the Ancients intact there. So that's the end of the psychic phase, and now we're going to go straight on to the shooting phase for the Ultramarines. Pistols into the Scarabs. I'm doing these 2 units here to speed up the game. So that's 3 hits. 3 hits. Strength 4, toughness 3, rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. 2 wounds at no AP. And nope. So that is a Scarab base gone because that was actually on 2 wounds. Yeah. So a whole base is gone. So you roll 4 dice. And you need 5s and 6s for all of them. Almost. So that's a whole base gone. The Scarabs. That's bolt pistol fire in close combat. The lieutenant. Now he's going to fire his Combi Melter into the Satan. And I'm going to fire at full ballistic skill. You need a 2 to hit. 5 is a hit. Okay, still got 7 wounds. Strength 8, toughness 7, 3 to wound. That is a wound. And that is AP -5. So he's got a 4+ invulnerable save.
No, it's not going to be 4. Oh, is it? It was a 1.
He said it's not going to be a 4, but instead it gets a 6 and defies the lieutenant. Not good. So the only thing we're going to have to do is Kato Sakairas, supercharging of course against the Satan. That 2 is a hit. And 2 is not a wound because it's strength 8, toughness 7. Now the crack grenade from the company champion, needing a 3, and he hits. And he wounds on a roll of 6. That's AP -1. It's a crack grenade, so 4+ invulnerable save.
No 6.
Oh no. Right, so next is I'm going to be firing 6 shots with the bolt guns into the warriors, or something here. So the bolt guns are going to fire into the warriors. Here we go. So needing 3s. Rerunning 1s, because I am within 6 of the captain. Okay. Not bad, so it's 5 hits. Strength 4. Not within 6 of the lieutenant, so only 1 wound. No, nothing. They've all gone. That's it. No damage whatsoever from the Battle Brothers. Not good. And now we've got the multi-melter. Critical. Unfortunately, he moved. So needing, forced to hit with 2 shots. 1 hit. This is strength 8. 3s to wound. That's a wound. That's AP -4. So he's got a 4+ invulnerable save.
It's on the Catan.
That's on the Catan, yeah. No. So that's going to be a minimum of 3 damage because we're in half range. So straight away, it's going to be 4 because the maximum we can do is 3 damage per phase. So it's down to 4 wounds remaining on the Satan. Okay, this combat squad here is going to do some more fire support over here. So the plasma gun is not going to supercharge, it's regular shooting. And he is within 12. That's 1 hit. And that is a failed to wound. And then the combi grav, I'm going to fire the bolt gun as well as the combi. So that's 1 hit. This is the bolt weaponry. 2 is not a wound. And then combi is within range. We'll just double check the range actually of a combi weapon. The combi grab is not within rapid fire, but it's still within range because rapid fire. 3 is a hit, and it's strength 5, toughness 5 because they are augmented Necron warriors. That is a failure. So roll 1 is not good. Now the bolt guns, 6 shots. Nice, accurate firepower. All hit. Now 5 to wound. They're augmented warriors. Okay, that's 4 wounds. Praise the Emperor. Let's see how much damage. That's AP -1 as well. And 2 have been brought down. And that's the end of that unit. So you get to do your reanimation protocols.
Okay.
So reanimation protocols. No, so 2 warriors have been brought down.
Turn up.
Yeah, there's a bit of a turn up here. We have bolt pistols. Plastic pistol's not going to supercharge because I don't want to risk dying. They've all hit though with their bolt pistols. And your toughness 5, I presume, on the Lord. So that there could be 2 wounds depending on how tough he is.
Toughness 5, yeah.
Toughness 5, so only 1 wound. That's AP -0 because it's a pistol weapon, because it's still in tactical doctrine. And that is that's a pass save, that's a 5. And then the plasma pistol, it's a hit. That is strength 7, toughness 5, so not a wound there. So no damage whatsoever from this assault squad. So the bolt pistols, actually I'm going to do 3 bolt pistol shots. So 2 hits. This is into the warriors. 2 wounds, no AP. You get +1 to save and throw, so it's saved. Plasma pistol is going to shoot. They're 3 wounds each, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 3 wounds. So the Dreadnought has got a 3 damage weapon. So I'm going to fire the plasma pistol, not supercharging. He hits. That's a wound. That's AP -3. You get +1 to save. No, so one of the warriors has gone down. Now it's D6 automatic hits with the flamer. That's a cop die. I'll reroll that. 6 shots. Strength 4. This is an assault weapon. Oh, only 2 wounds. So 2 at AP -1, +1. And you're okay. Unless you got 5+ saves. You haven't got 5+ saves, haven't you?
No.
No. So the Necron warriors have survived. No damage whatsoever. Reanimation protocols on a 5+. No. So that warrior's gone. Alright. Okay. So, actually, do you know what? I will risk it. I will supercharge because I've got an apothecary down there for medical aid. So we'll supercharge. So the plasma cannon is going to supercharge and shoot into. I'm going to shoot into them. See how much damage we can do.
Hang on.
So here we go. So he's just played Whirling Onslaught. So it's -1 to the damage.
Attack roll. The wound roll.
The wound roll. Okay, fair enough. So this is the plasma. Supercharged is D3 shots. So it's 3 shots. Ones were in trouble, but we do have an apothecary next to him. So it hasn't supercharged, so it hasn't been slain, but 3 have hit. This is -1 to wound. This is forced to wound. Ah,
Worth it.
worth it, yeah, for 1 command point to keep these guys alive. Bolt weaponry into the Immortals. So the Sergeant is not going to fire because he's going to apply the Signum onto the Devastator squad. I'm going to enhance the Signum onto the Las Cannon, and that's for the purposes of shooting at that diabolical anti-tank killer. Okay, 10 dice, needing 3s. No wisdom of the Ancients, because the Dreadnought has moved too far away. He wants to enhance himself, being a bit arrogant. Strength 4, toughness 5, because they're immortals. Oh wow, okay, so that
Toughness 6.
they're toughness 6 now.
There was earlier on they were enhanced by the
Oh, okay, right. So that's still 4 6s. So it's AP -1 with tactical doctrine in play. And that's 2 wounds. 2 immortals are gone. And that's the end of shooting them, so you get your reanimation protocol. And snake
2 are
eyes,
gone, yeah.
so 2 are gone. As cannon, needing a 2+, do not get a 1. 5, okay, I'm happy. Strength 9, toughness 6, these, that's a wound, that's AP minus 3. 4+ invulnerable save. Oh no. Now the missile launcher, same target, bang, 5 is a hit, 4 is a wound, AP minus 2, 4 up invuln, no. This is D6 damage. Okay, I do have a command reroll on standby.
I'm going to command reroll my...
I'm going to command reroll that invuln.
Yep.
Okay.
Because last time I didn't, and it...
Oh, it would have been 6 damage as well. Oh.
No, once bitten, twice shy.
No damage again from the Devastators. It's not good. I've still only got a heavy bolter left, and the heavy bolter is going to shoot into the it was those guys over there. That's what they called again.
Scorpic Destroyers.
Scorpic Destroyers. So this is the heavy bolter from the Devastators. See, I try to keep this Devastator squad narratively accurate as possible, and still
got Whirling Onslaught.
Still got Whirling Onslaught, -1, so it's 5 to wound. So no damage because of the stratagem. Flamer from this squad here into the Warriors. D6 auto hits. So it's 5 auto hits. Strength 4, toughness 4, I'm presuming, unless they're enhanced.
No, they are not enhanced.
They're not enhanced?
No, not yet. Okay,
so no reroll ones. So it's only 1 wound. It's still an Assault Doctrine. So, sorry, not Assault Doctrine, Tactical Doctrine. So AP -1. So one of the Warriors has been burnt, and that concludes that shooting there. So you get a 5+ reanimation. No, so another Warrior has been brought down over here. And then the Bolt Fire. Bolt Fire here. So that is 6 shots, and the Sergeant's got a bolt pistol. Hits. Wounds the Warrior, so you get a 3+ save from the Warriors.
3, how many? 1?
So, yeah, just 1. No, okay, and this is the Bolt Fire. That's 3, that's pretty good actually. That hits. Force to wound. 3 saves. AP -1. So that's 2 been brought down. That concludes that shooting over there. Now he gets his reanimation. So another 2 have been brought down. So whittling away a little bit over here. Storm Bolter from the Dreadnought is going to shoot into the Warriors. 3s to hit, and reroll 1s because of the wisdom of the ancients. No. 1 wound. AP -1, which is an assault weapon, and tactical doctrine. No, another warrior's gone. Now the assault cannon. This is heavy. That's a roll as well. So 3s to hit. Reroll 1s because of wisdom of the ancients. No. So below average. And strength 6, so 1 wound, AP -1. Another 1 brought down, and that concludes all that shooting firepower there. And he gets 2 reanimation saves. 1 survives, 1 has been brought down. So that's the shooting there done for the Ultramarines, and now we're going to go straight on to... Actually, we have a Rhino over here. The Rhino over here is going to shoot into the Warriors. So 1 hit, no wound. So that concludes all the shooting from the Rhino, and it's shooting phase in general for the Ultramarines on battle round 3, turn 3, and then we're going to go straight on to the charge phase on turn 3 for the Ultramarines. Lieutenant is going to charge into the Scarabs for the Emperor. He goes in. Like that. Next is Cato Sequirus. Cato Sequirus is going to charge into the Satan. Do you want to Overwatch? Oh, you can't.
No, really go.
You've got nothing but a scythe. Let's get some action going. Oh, he's in. 8 inches. Cato is in combat. He's taking a risky move here. Now the company champion. He's 4 inches now. Is that enough? Yes, because of the 3 inch there. So the company champion is in. He's in close combat as well. The Dreadnought needs an 8 inch charge. And I get to re-roll the charge roll because of Veil of Time. So here we go. For the Emperor. That is a 6. I have to re-roll this. Come on. I have a feeling he's not going to make it.
Not me.
Oh, 7! Oh, no! Oh, the Dreadnought's a moron. The target is right in front of him and failed in his duty.
And he had all the wisdom.
And he had all the wisdom of the ancients, shenanigans. Oh, never mind. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to charge the Immortals. We are going to charge because I want to negate your firepower, to be honest with you. So here we go. And that's a 5. That should be okay. We'll just double check this. 5. Would you say that's in range? Just double check. I don't want to do anything behind your back. So remember, I've got the magic inch.
Yeah, it looks alright.
Yeah, looks alright?
Yeah.
Okay, so this unit here is engaged with the Immortals. Next charge, I'm going to do this combat squad to try and negate the firepower on this Necron warrior unit. They're probably going to spend command points to shoot again and everything like that.
What, Overwatch?
No, not to Overwatch. You just literally just to get out of combat.
Oh,
and shoot.
yeah, something. I haven't got.
Yeah.
There is a.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to have to charge. So rather make him spend a command point. So that is a 4. I don't think that's going to make it, to be honest with you. And that's a failed charge. So they're not going to make it into close combat. Assault squad here is going to charge into the Lord, needing a 9. Literally a 9 with 2d6. And that is a 7.
It's always 9 because that's what they drop you down at, isn't it? It's always hard to
Yeah.
It's literally above
It's
average.
so annoying.
It is well above average, isn't it? If it's a 5 and a 4.
Yeah.
That's the trouble with it.
Do I spend a command point? Which is the easier target? I'm going to do it. I'm going to need a 9. Spend a command point. So on a 5+, I have already regained that command point on the battle round. Now it's for the reroll, for the Emperor. And that is a 10. We've done it. We're in. Yes. Now the assault squad is going to charge into the warriors. Here we go. We need a 9. No. We've already spent a command reroll. That is a failed charge for this assault squad. That is the end of the charge phase, and now we're going to go straight onto the close combat phase. Right, Cato Sicyrus. There's no modifiers for weapon skill, isn't there, and all that? No. Okay, so Cato is sitting on 2s. Right. I reroll 1s, because he is Cato. They've all hit. Now 6s are really good, because it's D3 mortal wounds instead of the weapon.
Okay.
So here we go. Now this sword is +2 strength. Strength melee. So it's strength 4 against toughness 7. So 6s are really good, 5s are pretty good as well. Reroll 1s to wound. I just need to double check this to see if the lieutenant is in influence of Cato. Moment of truth. I'm going to be honest here. That is a nada. That's a no. Not within 6. But I do get a wound. 1 wound at AP -3. It's a shame I didn't get the 6. Ah!
6.
No damage whatsoever. Now, are you going to spend a command point, 2 command points to interrupt?
Yes.
Yes, I thought he would. So Phil is going to spend 2 command points to interrupt play. And who are you going to declare it on? This Necron Lord.
The Necron Lord's going to fight.
You do realise that you could kill your own...
No, I'm over here.
He's over there. Phil, the character,
Not a problem.
is over there. So you can figure out the stats for this weapon. Okay. 4 attacks, needing 2s to hit.
Wow.
That is caught on camera, people. That's a quadruple 1. No damage whatsoever. That is the roll of the game so far. Maybe the roll of the season. Phil's nodding his head in shame. What happened? There is a glimmer of hope.
No, you can...
There is a glimmer of hope. You could spend a command point to re-roll that disastrous roll.
He doesn't deserve to live, so he's not going to.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, we're going to go on to the company champion next. Okay. Now, calculate how many attacks. Using the Warhammer app here to find out how many attacks he's got. So he's hitting on 2s to hit. This is the company champion against the Satan. Oh, he hits. He hits. Now, this is strength +1, so he's hitting on strength 5, toughness 7. So I don't reroll 1s because they're out of range. So I think I'd reroll wound rolls against characters. Are you a character? We'll find out. There's nothing. So the champion has failed to wound the Satan. The next unit to do is the assault squad that survived amazingly against the Necron Lord. 15 attacks. Astartes chainswords needing 3s to hit. Strength is 4 against toughness 5, so needing 5s to wound. That's pretty good actually. That's, yeah, I can't complain about that. That's 6 wounds at AP -1. Because I've started chainswords now. So here we go. And he's taken. Your armor save is a 3-up.
Yeah, 3-up.
He's dead.
Yeah, okay.
He's dead. Just shot to pieces by chainsword. Now, do you want to reanimate him for a command point? He's thinking, so we'll come back to you in just a sec. He's spending his last command point to resurrect the useless twit. And he has resurrected. He's still alive with full wounds remaining. We'll just double check again.
He comes back with D3 wounds remaining.
D3 wounds remaining. So he has 3 wounds remaining. He's like, right,
more than 1 inch away from any...
back and take down
That's as close as he...
abomination. The Assault Marines have moved forward now. That counts as destroyed, but he will be back, the Necron Lord. So what I've done is I've moved the Assault Marines to the nearest enemy unit, or enemy model. So these are locked in close combat, but they do get to fight back though. So Phil is going to calculate how many attacks he'll get. Now the Lieutenant. He gets 2s to hit. Okay, he's all hit. He's a strength 4. So that's pretty good actually. So that's 4 wounds, AP -1, cuts through the armour. That's a whole base destroyed. So that was already on 2 wounds, and another was taken 2 wounds. So for this one, you need to roll 4 dice. So it's also a valiant attempt. So this has been destroyed. You sure you want to destroy this unit? Here.
He's the one that was already...
That was the one that's already wounded.
Do the one furthest away. That one. The one nearest you.
Oh, you want to do this one here? Okay, that's fair. Because this one here was already wounded, you see.
Oh yeah, he's got to go, hasn't he?
So he has to go. I'm just talking about coherency, which is a big thing. But you should be all right. Should be within 2 inches. So you're okay. Yeah, that's fine. It's just to double check about coherency. That was all. So 11 attacks from this squad over here into the Immortals, needing 3 to hit. No reroll ones. Again, it's pretty good. And your toughness is 6, aren't you?
6 because
it's just 5 to wound. So that there is 4 wounds at AP -0.
3 ups.
3 up saves. So 2 have been brought down, and that's the number of attacks. So you get to do reanimation protocol. No, so 2 Immortals have been brought down over here. Scarabs now, so 16 attacks against. You're going to concentrate on
the ones that haven't fought.
The ones that haven't. Well, these haven't fought yet at all.
Yeah, that's it.
So he's probably going to take the troops choice. I recommend. So he was going to do that. So from the troop choice, so 2 automatic wounds, and your weapon skill is 4 pluses.
Yeah.
So there's another 6 in there.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's another 2 hits, well 3 hits rather. And strength 3, toughness 4. No wounds.
Can reroll that.
Can reroll that for the dynasty trait.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So that's 4 wounds. Not enough to kill the troops. It's AP -0. It's enough to kill a marine though, and just another wound remaining. So a marine is dead, and 1 is half dead. So the combat melee over here. So we're going to start over here, and actually to speed the game up, I'm going to do 7 attacks plus 3. So that's 10 attacks, hitting exactly the same. Not rerolling ones. So they've all hit, and freeze to wound, and they've all wounded, and that's AP -0. So 6 saves, or 6 plus. None. So that's a base. So you get reanimation protocols on one of them. And actually,
6.
you've already taken. So that's 2 reanimation saves you've got to make. So there's 2 whole bases gone because 1's half dead. So it looks like there's none. So that's failed. So 2 whole bases have been gone from the Scarabs. 10 attacks with the Immortals.
Hit on 3s.
Is that? Oh, you got another Immortal. I think it's 12.
No, he's
Oh, he's a warrior.
He's a warrior. But
So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh,
it's 12. Yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, 12 attacks with the Immortals. Needing 3. Wow. Okay.
5.
Dice rolls all of a sudden has just changed. Strength is
6.
Strength 6. Unbelievable.
Sorry, no. Strength 5.
Strength 5.
No, strength 4.
Strength 4. Okay, we're equal
Toughness
now.
So strength 4.
Okay, so strength 4. Force to wound. No AP minus.
I've got a reroll.
Reroll for the dynasty.
4.
Okay, that brings us to another one. I lose a marine actually. So one of the brothers has been cut down. 6 attacks into the assault marines. Would you believe it? They're still alive. More is hitting on freeze. No, that's below average.
3.
Strength is 4. Yeah, strength 4. 1 wound. 3 up save. That's a 4. Armor holds. Now the climactic clash. The Satan. Who are you going to target?
So I'm base contact with both of them, but can only hit 1.
I know you can split your attacks if you want to. There's 2 characters. You can split your
just
attacks
say
however
number
you
of
like.
attacks?
Yeah, you can split however number of attacks you want to. Yeah, it is 9th edition after all. He's going to do 4 attacks into Kato Sakairos, and then he's going to split his attack and do the remaining 2 attacks into the company champion. So this is the Reaping's...
This is the Entropic Blow
the
Scythe.
Entropic Blow Scythe.
It is strength 14, AP -4 D6, no involved, and it's 2 plus.
No invulnerable saves, and it's ridiculous.
So on to the captain.
But Cato knows no fear. 2's to hit. He's missed with 2. There's no command reroll left. This is strength 14 against toughness 4. Do not roll a double 1. He's rolled a 1. So Cato has a 2+ armor save. If I roll a 6, I withstand the blow from the Citan. Will the Ultramarine symbol come to action? Pray to the Emperor, pray to the Emperor, pray to the Emperor. It does! No, it is an apothecary symbol. Now, I will spend a command reroll. So, I need a 6 to keep Cato alive. For the Emperor. No, it's another 1 again. It's D6 damage. It's a 5. You killed him. No! He killed the guy. He killed the captain. Oh no! Even with a dreadful dice roll, just about flipping killed my captain. Oh, he will be back. He will be back. He is a model after all. He knew no fear. He was brave. Now the company champion. Will he survive?
2 dice.
2 dice, needing 2s. He hits. Oh, no. Ignoring the invuns. Strength 14.
Oh, it's a wound roll. Can re-roll it.
So, just to hold on a second, he does have the Necron keyword Dynasty. So you would have re-rolled one of the dice against... Oh, that was against... you didn't do it against Cato. So you're going to do it on the company champion.
Yeah, re-roll.
Okay, right.
After all that.
It goes through the armor. So you need a 4+ to kill him. Oh!
Dear.
It's so stupid. Maybe it's just a minus D3 invuln. So, I mean, ignoring invuns, that's just cruel. Oh, 2 characters just killed. Oh no. I mean, what can we do against such reckless hate? So the Citan has consolidated 3 inches to the nearest enemy model, and the nearest enemy model is that Assault Marine squad. What a climatic melee that we've had. It has been the longest combat phase we've ever had on the channel so far. So that concludes the close combat phase, and we're going to calculate secondary objective points. And actually, may as well do morale first of all. They are going to pass just like that. Now, how many Scarab bases have you lost?
We lost 3.
You lost 3, so you should be okay. See what he gets. He gets 5.
10, 8. They're leadership 10.
The leadership 10, yep. Scarabs are leadership 10, so they are fine as well. So that holds there. Necron warriors, they'll be fine as well. They're leadership 10, so take that off, and they'll be fine as well. They are Ultramarines. They get +1 in their morale there as well. So that's morale. Now we're going to calculate secondary objective points at the end of the turn for the Ultramarines. The Necron Lord is coming back thanks to the success of successful. Oh, he's flipped over. He's a bit shocked about what he did earlier on. So he's going to put himself over here.
Is it within 3 inches? No, not near within 3 inches.
Yes. So it's going to go to there.
He's got 3 wounds.
Right. So he's got 3 wounds remaining, and that is the Necron Lord resurrected at the end of the turn. No secondary objectives have been achieved in this turn, so the score is 20 points to 18 in the end of the turn, but the Necrons straight away at the beginning of their turn, they will gain a whole load of victory points to counter that. So turn 3 for the Necrons, they gain 10 victory points again, so that brings the score to 38 points to the Ultramarines 20. So a new command phase. So what is your protocol going to be, Phil?
It is Protocol of the Undying Legions, Directive 1.
Directive 1, he's going to go
Each
for.
time this unit uses its living metal ability, each model in this unit regains 1 additional lost wound.
Okay, so that's the protocol that he's gone for, and we're going to go straight on to the movement phase for the Necrons. +1 because of My Will Be Done on the Necron Warriors and the Immortals as well. But negating some of the firepower, hopefully.
Living metal.
For yes, living metal now. So that goes up to 9.
No, it's 10 because the protocol is +1 to living metal.
+1 to the rear. Oh man. Oh, utterly deadly. And that goes up to 6. Oh no.
1 on the. Oh, is there any damage?
None have been damaged. So
that's it.
Unbelievable. So it's a desperate fight here for the Ultramarines. It's that Satan is so deadly. 375 points. But anyway, that's the conclusion of the beginning of the movement phase. We're going to go into the movement now for the Necrons. The Veil of Darkness has been triggered. So what are you going to do, Phil?
He is going to take this squad and move it over there.
Over there, but where? We will find out in the next segment. Now you see them? No, you don't. So the Necron Warriors have moved back along with the Necron Lord with 3 wounds remaining. So now they're in the enemy lines in the rear. Not good. Is there any other movement to conclude the movement phase on turn 3?
This Warriors group have turned to face the Assault Marines.
You realise that you're killing yourself.
I'm there.
He's
in
there.
The front.
There he is. The famous patron himself, Phil Marshell, host of this battle report as well.
Scorpic destroyers.
Scorpic destroyers.
Gone towards the Dreadnought.
Yep.
And towards the Librarian.
Oh, one of my patrons. That's Dean Layton.
Catherine Command Barge has come around.
Oh dear. It's the mopping up action.
To be shot at, probably.
Yeah.
They stay where they are.
Yep.
That stay where it is.
Yep.
Ceres has gone through around to be a bit nearer on that side.
Yeah.
The Nightbringer has gone a little bit nearer towards the assault squad, and the Scarabs have done nothing.
Yeah. It looks though that I think this could be the conclusion of the game. If he manages to destroy a certain amount of units, there is no point of the Ultramarines continuing this fight. They will only forever continue to fight a losing battle. So we will try our best to survive, but it's really a mopping up action on the Necrons turn 3. So Illuminol Xerus is going to shoot into the Assault Marines. So Assault D3, one shot. Okay.
3+.
3+ to hit.
No.
No, he fails to hit the Assault Marines. Okay, that's interesting here. Anything else?
Doomstalker.
The Doomstalker with 10 wounds remaining. Is that actually how many wounds he's got?
He's got 10, yeah.
So he's got 10.
No,
So you may as well,
12.
so you just may as well.
It might be 12.
Is it 12? Just double checking here on the stats.
Yeah. Look at that.
He does have 12 wounds. Does have 12 wounds on there. So still 10 wounds remaining over here. Is there anything else you're going to shoot at?
He's going to shoot at this squad.
Okay, and who's going to shoot at them?
The Doomstalker.
The Doomstalker. Okay, right. So see how many shots it gets.
D6.
D6 rate of fire. Okay, 2. Okay. I'm not going to spend a command to reroll. No. He's only got 1. Whereas the Ultramarines got 5 left.
Normally hitting on 4s, but hitting on 5s as you're in light cover?
No, it's just a ruin. It's just +1 to my armour saves, so it's not going to make any difference whatsoever.
2 hits.
Strength is 10, so toughness 4. That's 2 to wound. It's 2 wounds, AP -5. That will bypass the cover. So D6 damage. So 1s, the model is still alive. So 1 at a time. Yep, that's a Marine killed. And another Marine has been killed. Now they, on a 4+, they'll get to shoot back because of the banner. Yes, I do. So it is now still.
Is it the one that's died that shoots back?
It's the one that dies that shoots back.
Choose which one's going to die.
Yes.
Before you
So the one that's closest to the banner, on the bottom. So there's a bottom level down there. If you can see, there's a whole load of battle brothers. So that's one whole squad.
Yeah.
So
this chap's nearest to the banner, and then it's these
just
two
bolt.
here,
Yeah, just bolt
two
guns.
bolters.
Yeah. I'm going to shoot into on the opposite side over here. So still count as tactical doctrine. We're going to shoot into the warriors that have just dropped off. No influence of wisdom of the ancients. Only one hit, sadly. One wound. AP minus 1. Saves. So there's 2 battle brothers with the bolt guns that have been slain. 18 shots with the Gauze flares. They're going to need 3s to hit. Okay. So 3s to hit. Yeah, wounding on 4s. Reroll one of them because of the dynasty. So that's a few wounds there. So that's in the 3. That can take that one off. So that there is 7 wounds. So 7 wounds. 2. Yes, there's 2 whole Marines that have been brought down. So I'm not going to take you off. I'm tempted to, but I'm not. So I'm going to take off him, and I'm going to take off him. So any other shooting?
Yes, we've got 8 shots from the Gauss Reapers.
Yeah.
At strength 5 AP. So those are in front. So there's no. They're hitting on 2s.
For those in front, yeah, mine will be done. So hitting on 2s. Okay, so all but 1. Strength is 5.
And reroll one of them.
Reroll one of them. The dynasty.
Yeah. Nothing.
Does that apply to the unit?
Yes. Oh yes.
Yeah. So it's only 4.
4.
Okay, 4. I only lose a wound. So just a wound on the Assault Marine, and I'm going to have to put the wound, I'm sorry, Phil, on yourself. That's one of the patrons on the channel. Yeah. Another target has been selected. Dean Layton, the Librarian, has been selected as a target.
My Warlord is going to shoot
the Warlord.
He's got weapon skill 2.
Okay.
So hitting on 2 plus.
2 plus.
3 shots. There's another one. So many ones today. 2 hits.
Tell me about it.
And it is strength 6.
Strength 6, toughness 4. 1 wound.
I can reroll it.
Can reroll because of the dynasty.
That's back for 1.
And it's AP minus
4. 3.
3. On roll 6, I survive. No.
D3 damage.
D3 damage. So it's 2 damage. So the Librarian has half dead. Girls' flares are going to shoot into this combat squad that's holding this vital objective here. So there, my will be done has been applied as well. So 2s to hit. All but 3. And it is strength is 5?
4.
Oh, strength is 4. So it's just normal Gauze flares.
Yeah.
Okay. So strength 4, toughness 4. Oh dear me. Your dice is... You're doing really well tactically, but dice roll...
How many is it? 1?
There's only 2 wounds. No, it's only literally 1
it's
wound.
AP minus 1.
Yeah. Literally AP minus 1. Wow. Okay. That's a wound as well. So I'll take a wound, but should have been more devastating there. So I'm going to put this on the... I'm going to have to put it on the back battle brother. There. So okay. It's going to calculate some more shots here. 15 shots from the Gauze carbines.
For the flares.
For the flares.
Sorry, the Reapers. These are the Gauze Reapers. Assault 2.
The Reapers, yeah. Assault 2.
Hitting on 2s again.
So hitting on 2s. There's a few ones there.
Yep. This is a strength.
Strength 5.
5. AP minus 2.
Yeah. So 3s to wound. There's still a few 1s in there and 2s. It looks like you got 8 wounds.
Yeah, 7.
7 is it? Okay, so 7 wounds.
AP minus 2.
Okay. AP minus 2. So Marine. Oh, 1 Marine's dead. Marine. Yeah, so 3 Marines have been brought down, just like that. 3 Marines have been cut down, and that concludes the end of the shooting phase. It is next now is the charge phase for the Necrons on turn 3. Scorpex destroyers are going to charge into the Dreadnought and the Librarian. So that's an 8. They make it. I'm not going to spend any command points to Overwatch, but the Dreadnought gets to fight first because of Veil of Time. This Necron Warrior unit is going to charge into the Assault Marines, and I will spend a command point to do Overwatch. So I'm going to throw...
Oh yes, I am going to throw a grenade that I've got in my pocket.
I am, yeah, do you know what? I think the Patron's going to do it. So the Patron is going to do the heroic thing. He's going to throw a frag grenade into here. So D6 shots. So 3 shots, need 6s. Gets a 6. 5 to wound, and that's a wound. And does he get saved?
Oh,
yeah,
saved. I'm useless.
He's useless.
I'm useless myself.
Plasma pistol, not supercharging. Is that a hit?
Yeah.
You sure? Okay.
Full phase.
Mutual agreement. I want it to be a hit as well. That's a wound, and that's AP minus 3. And he goes through the armour. So D6 auto hits with a flamer. So that's 4. And what a shame, only 1 wound. Only 1 wound, AP minus 1. It's a 5 that makes it. So I've spent a command point. Now you do your charge distance.
I've got to reanimate.
He's got to reanimate on a 5+, which he does.
Of course he does.
Of course he does. So that comes back, and your charge distance. Don't roll low. That is a 5 and a 7, so they should make it into close combat there. Charge here with the Warlord.
Into the Librarian.
Librarian, one of the patrons. 4. That's a 4. Should be okay. Just double checking.
Yeah.
Yes, he's going to make it into close combat there.
Because it's from.
But the Dreadnought has got a fighting chance though. Over there, remember. Oh dear. Now the Satan. Here we go again.
Oh, he hasn't done his mortal wound stuff.
He hasn't done his mortal wounds.
At the end of the move.
That is technically a tactical error. But he's just said it doesn't really matter.
Do you want to try it?
So,
I'll just.
do you want to try and? I'll tell you what. I've been a sportsman.
Let's do it.
Let's just do it. You've been a sportsman.
I'm only doing one.
You've just supported me on Patreon, so I have to be nice.
I'm only going to do Gaze of Death. 3d6.
Did you hear that? I'm only going to do Gaze of Death. Only Gaze of Death, man.
3d6s.
Oh dear.
Yeah, they all hit.
They all hit.
It's Gaze of Death is 4. And 4 pluses.
4 pluses.
So that's 2 have got it's D3 mortal wounds. This is on the
Assault Marines. Oh.
6 mortal wounds.
6 mortal wounds.
Taken on the Assault Marines.
Oh dear. So that's literally all 3 here have just been smitten. On that note, Illuminor Xeris is going to charge into them, and he rolls an 8. That was off camera. I do apologise. But that's over here. He's going to go to there, and then
Satan's going to try and go in as well.
Satan is going to.
I don't know what he needs, but we'll just see what he rolls.
We'll see what he gets, and he rolls a 10.
What can he do earlier?
Oh man. It's into there. Now is that fine cast? That's really light.
It is fine cast.
It is fine cast. Yeah. So as light as anything.
Minted.
Yes. Okay. So that's the charges. Any other charges? I think that's it.
That's it.
Okay. So we're going to go on to the melee phase. And I'm going to do the Dreadnought first.
Go for
because
it.
I interrupt.
Yeah, go for it.
Veil of Time has been applied to the Dreadnought. Needs to fight first in the second point. So until the start of your next psychic phase, if that unit starts in the fight phase within engagement range of an enemy unit in the fight, it fights first in that phase. So it has base of 4 attacks, +1 for being an Astartes, So, needing 3s to hit, and Wisdom of the Ancients rerolling those 1s. So, they've all hit. And your toughness is... What is your toughness?
5.
Toughness 5 with strength 12. This is 2s to wound. Ah! Oh! I'm going to spend a CP and reroll 1. I cannot regain on the 5+ because my Warlord is dead. So 2+. It does go through. This is AP -3. So, your armor save is
3+.
3+. You need 3 6s. Here we go.
A6.
A6. Oh, sorry, 4 6s. So it's just one dice. One more dice. So it's 3. That's 3 damage. So you have to do 1 model at a time and see if they survive. So 3 are dead, but he's got to do reanimation. That was the deliberation we were having. So
9 wounds.
Yeah, 9 wounds. So you can roll all these dice and see how many come back. No, 3 have been cut down from the Dreadnought.
If I can spend a command point.
Do you want to spend a command point to regain 1? He's going to. Okay, wise move. That's a 4.
Oh, but it's out of the box.
That's out of the box. That is the rule. That's fine. So 3 have been crushed to pieces by the heroic Dreadnought. Consolidated, and he's moved the what are they called again? The Scorpec Destroyers into the Dreadnought. It should kill the Dreadnought here, and the Warlord is going to go into the Librarian. Now this is the number of attacks against the Dreadnought. So what have you got, Phil?
I've got 8 attacks with the Hyperphase Threshers.
Okay, so you need even 3s. Here we go. It's not bad. So take away that 2. This is Strength.
It's Strength User.
So Strength User and your
5.
Strength 5 against Toughness 7 on the Dreadnought.
And it's AP -3.
Okay, 1. Okay, so I've got a 6+ armor save. Nope, so that's 3 damage. The Dreadnought goes down to 5 wounds. Is it 2 damage?
That one's 2 damage.
Okay, so that was 2 damage. It's down to 6 wounds remaining on the Dreadnought.
Okay, so
anything
I've
else?
got 1 with the Hyperphase Reap Blade.
Yep.
This is again hit on 3s.
Oh,
Hit. This one is Strength +2, so it's Strength 7.
so Toughness 7, so 4s. Oh!
I can reroll.
You can reroll one of them for Dynasty trait, and that's a wound, and that's AP
-4, damage 3.
-4, damage 3.
Yeah.
So that goes down to 3 wounds remaining. It's not bracketed because it's less than 10 wounds. But the Dreadnought is still alive heroically. So 4 attacks from the Warlord into the Librarian, needing 2s. All hit. Strength is
+2, so it's Strength.
Strength is
7.
7. Okay. Needing 3s to wound. That's 2 wounds.
Reroll 1.
Reroll one of them because of Dynasty. No.
It's deep AP -4.
Goes through.
Damage 2.
Damage 2. Kills the Librarian. Just outright. Just like that. And that's one of my patrons as well. That is Dean Layton.
Dean Layton.
Dean Layton.
Sorry, Dean.
Sorry, Dean.
Patron to patron.
But he did fought gallantly. He did. He did fight well. You'll be back. You'll be back, sunshine. You'll be back. So another patron goes. So that's the Librarian destroyed. So 6 attacks. Now units have to be wholly within to gain their attack from the models that are engaged.
Hitting on 3s, isn't it?
Hitting on 3s. Okay, so 3 hits. Strength is 4, toughness 4. 2 wounds. No AP minus. So it's just a flat 3-up save. And they make it. Any other attacks?
This one?
This one here. So that's an ongoing melee.
Oh yeah, so there's a new
So
charge
there's
over
a
there.
new charge over there. So I get to fight over there first. But we do the Satan and the Assault Marine. Actually, I'm going to be heroic and I'm going to Do I spend 2 command points to keep these 2 alive? I don't think statistically it's going to work. No. Phil is nodding his head.
I don't think so.
Shaking it like, nope, it won't work. So I'm not going to spend 2 command points. So let's hope these Marines stay alive, which I highly, highly doubt. You can do 6 attacks. What's the attack called?
It's the Entropic Blow. So
Entropic
it's,
Blow.
Strength 14
Just like what happened to Cato. 5 hits. Strength 14, 2s to wound. 4 wound. You can reroll one of them to the Dynasty. 5 wounds.
AP -4.
AP -4. Straight through the armour.
Damage 6.
Damage D6. So 1 at a time. Kills a Marine. Kills a Marine. Kills a Marine. Overkill. Okay, overkill. Okay, you killed them. Take them out. They're dead. They are destroyed. Get that man out of my face. Going melee, the sergeant's going to attack with the chainsword. 3s to hit. Only 2 hits. No wounds. And Battle Brothers, 2 hits. 1 wound, AP -0. And Mortal's gone, and that's the conclusion of that fight. Reanimation protocol. Guess what? No, he dies. Okay, I was about to say he was going to get back up, but no, he's gone. And now the Immortals are going to fight back with 5 attacks. Stand corrected. They actually have 2 attacks base. So they need 3s to hit with 10 attacks. A few misses. So that is statistical pretty much. Strength is plus...
The strength?
Strength 4. Yeah, +1. So it's just... okay. So that's 4 wounds. No AP minus. But doesn't pay off at all. The power armor holds. No damage whatsoever.
Wow.
Lieutenant has got 4 attacks, +1 being a chainsword. They've all hit. 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s to wound. That's 3 AP -1 hits, so you're down to 1 wound on the Scarabs. Now you pick a combat.
That's the last one.
That was the last one.
I've done that.
You haven't done the Scarabs, I don't think.
No,
so,
I've done that. So yeah, Scarabs.
Yep, so Scarabs next.
8 attack? Is there 2 bases?
Yeah, it's 2 bases, so how are you going to split your attacks?
What have I got left? Let's hit the Lieutenant.
You hit the Lieutenant, okay. The Lieutenant's got 4 wounds.
Yeah.
He's going to do all his attacks into the Lieutenant.
Hitting on...
So hitting on 4s, any rolls of 6 is automatic wound.
There's 1.
There's 1 already.
There's 3 more to do.
And 5 to wound. Okay, that could be enough to seriously hurt him, but not enough to kill him.
3 wounds.
So 3 wounds. He takes a wound.
Oh, yes.
So he's down to 3 wounds remaining. Heroic stuff from Lieutenant Marcus Fraze, the Patron. Next is the Veteran Squad. So I may as well do that there. I'm going to do all these attacks together to save time. So I'm going to do that there. All the exactly the same weaponry. So need 3s. No reroll 1s because Cato is lying there helpless. It's not good. It's not a good day. I try to win glory for the chapter. I need new models. Reroll 1s because of the Lieutenant. So that is 4 wounds at AP -0.
Oh.
So 4 saves is 6 plus.
Oh, take 2.
So it's a model gone. So you've got to do your reanimation protocol of 4 dice of size.
What? I need them all.
No. So another base has been removed. That means the Lieutenant is out of the combat. And that's it. So the Power Fist from the Sergeant. So he's going to get 3 attacks with the Power Fist. And then we have another Marine. It's standard. No Chainsword. Whereas the other Assault Marine has got Astartes and Chainsword. So Chainsword, even 3s. 2 hits. No wounds. That's that there. Now the Flamer, little brother. That's your Patreon, by the way, that missed.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you missed. That's to hit, and that is to wound. No AP minus, but 2 warriors have been hit hard. And he takes a wound, so one of your warriors is gone.
It's going to have to be him.
It's going to have to be him.
Well, it doesn't have to be. It could be one of you.
Could be one of those. Yeah, okay, he's going to take one of them. Now the Sergeant with the Power Fist. Here we go. -1 to hits is 4s. Okay. Strength times 2. That's a wound. That's AP minus 3. Crunch, 2 damage. So another warrior has gone. So you're going to take off that one. Now that's the conclusion of that. So you get reanimation protocols. And 1 comes back. And it comes back there. The end of the turn. Now morale. There's no issues for morale really. I've lost 1 guy over there, but that's going to be fine. They get +1 for their morale for being an Ultramarine. So, victory points. How many victory points have you gained for
the table quarter there?
Yeah, so you gain 2 points just to top it up there. So that brings it up to 30 points to 20 by the looks of things. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to concede, because tactically speaking it's gridlocked when it comes to maneuverability. They're all in close combat and everything like that, and points wise I don't think I'm going to make it. So if I scored, yeah, I'm only going to score you have more objective points than me as well.
I've got that also. At the end of the game, while we stand, we fight.
Yeah.
They're like the him and those 2 are the 3 models I need to keep alive. And would have kept that.
Yeah.
I think
so. Tactically speaking, even though Phil rolled some disastrous dice rolling,
wow,
some of the worst we've ever seen in battle report history, still has gained a crushing victory against the Ultramarines. So we're going to get the final score, and we're going to wrap up the game and do the end credits. Okay, we've got the final score. The final score is 30 points to 20. That's not including bonuses points for painted models, because all the models, as you can see, are fully painted. So it is a victory for the Necrons. The units of the game for the Ultramarines, the Dreadnought, I thought performed really heroically over here, taking down those destroyers over there. Really, really, really good. Unfortunately, a blunder from Kato Sikiris and the super OP Satan. I say OP because it is 370 points, ignoring Invuln and all those attacks, and horrible, horrible way of killing the foe. Horrible, just negating rules, negating any re-rolls or anything like that. It's just super nasty. The Necron Codex is very powerful in 9th edition, in my opinion. So the reanimations as well, we didn't really do too much damage, sadly. And there's a bitter blow over here, and he kept passing the invulnerable saves over there as well, and kept racking up those points as well. So I've tried my best to keep it as narrative as I can, but leave it in the comments below. Do you think I should push it a little bit more towards the competitive side, but keep it narrative still? So that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and do my best for the next battle report to do a little bit of a more potent list. So this is a narrative aspect, because it is the fall of Damnos after all, for the purposes of the scenario and for the GW storyline. Phil just said, I can't say it's not the unit of the game because it's absolutely ridiculous. Well, you're absolutely right. It just tore all the way through my characters.
Apologies for bringing that to James, but it's...
No, it's all right. We like to show off some super powerful...
I've heard it's good. I'm willing to see what it's actually done.
Kato is not dead. He's just
asleep,
incapacitated. He's still alive, but calling for aid for his fellow comrades to rescue him, whilst he is lying there helplessly on the battlefield. So there you go. That's the Necrons unit of the game.
I mean, apart from that thing, the Scarabs, I would say, were amazing there. They lasted
the Scarabs have lasted the whole game, just literally
tied
really
up.
That's what they're good at.
That's a unit of 9, so
9.
Value for money, that's what you go for.
Yeah.
2 or 3 units of those. And
that's fine. The Devastators, I thought, they performed okay. Not really much. Very, very lucky with the invuln saves there. So the Dreadnought performed valiantly. The Tactical Marines did well to a certain extent, but it wasn't enough to secure victory. Again, I am so sorry to my fellow patrons for not securing victory. We want a victory. We pray for a victory. Will it come into the next episode? Will the Cadians in the next episode steal the glory from the Ultramarines? We will find out in the next episode. So there you go. So thank you very much for watching. And if you want to continue to support my battle reports, please consider hitting simply the like button as well as comment. Leave a comment below as to what your favourite moment was in the battle. Was it the 4 1s rolled, or was it a heroic intervention from the Dreadnought?
A name for him.
A name, of course. Please bring a name for the Mr. Useless rolling 4 1s.
Nephew of Knezza.
And Nephew Knezza. For that character there. We need names for these Necron
I can't
characters.
berate them, I don't know their name.
You can't berate them. So there you go. So simply hit the like button as well as leave a comment. And of course, if you really want to support my content on YouTube, please consider hitting the subscribe button as well. And follow me on my social media pages as well. And if you want to contribute even further to the page, do consider heading over to the Strike and Scorpion 82 channel as well, where there is now a monthly battle report on there as well, with no ads whatsoever. And then also, of course, we have the Patreon page. You get your characters named, even at £1 a month now. I've pushed it now. I have confidence that there will be patrons out there that will help support this channel. So for £1 a month, you can be mentioned in our Apocalypse games. So become a White Shield or even a Space Marine Scout. Work in progress at the moment. But even as a White Shield, I have plenty of White Shields to fulfill. So if just for £1 a month, it will help support the channel. So head over to patreon.com/JBWargamer87. And of course, don't forget you can go onto the merch store. If you purchase the merchandise that I have, you get a digital signature on your avatar, and if you're not a patron, I'll still send you a signature as well in handwriting as appreciation in support of the channel. So there you go. That's all the notices, I believe. Thank you to all the sponsors again, and again thank you to all the patrons that are currently supporting me on the Cadian side as well as the Ultramarine side. His next episode, it will be featuring the Cadians. Who will they fight? We will find out in the next episode on the JB Wargamer 87 YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, happy wargaming.